Hi everyone, welcome in. Happy to see everybody here. Super Stinky, hello, Shaman you. Welcome in. We're starting our stream with eNASCAR. Let's go. Ezra TV, Ezra GT, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Starfighter, hello. How you been, guys? How you doing? How was your day today? I had absolutely wonderful day with my friends when we went to skate park. We've been um we've been just having fun with the rollerblades. I'm so happy because I didn't ride them for for many years. Last time when I tried rollerblades, there was like 2 years ago, just for like 5-10 minutes. That's it. So we bought them, and unfortunately, I didn't have opportunity to um, ride them because we get Isley. Isley was small, and I need to spend time with her. And last time before that, I tried rollerblades when I was like 8 years old or something like this. So I was so happy that I, finally returned back to this. It was a great experience. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to post some videos. Free practice in Formula 1 going to happen also soon. Yeah, guys, and the eNASCAR going to happen soon. Ezra, hello. Happy to see you in the chat. Welcome in. So, guys, so excited about today's race. It's going to be Las Vegas. I really like this track, and so hopefully we'll get a really interesting and nice race.
It's only a matter of time.
All right, well, this is our thoughts on Roll 'em or Fold 'em. Let us know on our socials what you think of these questions that we asked today. Ryan, earlier you mentioned that you like to hear from the drivers and you like to get to know them. Well, guess what? The production team behind the series decided to get to know the drivers in other ways with our rapid fire questions. That it's gonna get really interesting to find out.
That's a race where everyone turns one way. Yeah, definitely. So as you remember, we had a previous race at Daytona. It was really incredible. Winner is Steven Wilson. It was completely big crash in the end of the race. It was really fun.
Never back down. Favorite movie is Days of Thunder.
All Fast and Furious movies.
Corner.
Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yarshak led on the white flag, and then just things turn out in a absolutely unpredictable way. It was really fun.
That's a better answer.
My favorite movie is Cars 2.
My favorite movie would be Cars 2.
My favorite movie is, I'll go with Interstellar. Tough choice.
I'll say my favorite movie
well, unfortunately I lost my interest in Formula 1, so not really interesting for me anymore, unfortunately, or fortunately, who knows.
Cars.
But yeah, I'm just going to follow results.
My favorite movie is Cars.
Interstellar, best movie ever.
Interstellar would be my favorite movie.
Interstellar.
My favorite movie would be Interstellar.
Cars.
Favorite movie is definitely Cars. Or Days of Thunder.
I would say Cars is my favorite movie.
Cars.
Wow, okay. I feel like there were lots of cars there, Ryan.
Yeah.
A lot of cars, which is not surprising.
Yeah, I mean, look, Cars is the movie that got me into racing really at a young age. It was obviously the animated movie. I'm surprised by the number of Cars 2s that I heard. Look,
Yeah.
hot take. I don't know if that's a hot take. But, you had a bit of a Cars versus Interstellar there. So, I don't know. But two good themes there, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Couple things. We have Lightning McQueen versus Matthew McConaughey. I don't understand how we are picking between those two, but obviously there was two favorites. And let's talk about our boy Blake McCandless. He mentioned the South Park movie. When did he see that? He was 2.5 years old when that movie came out. It's one of the raunchiest films. Funny, yes. One of the raunchiest films. I just want to know what age he saw that film at to call it.
Thank goodness
for
streaming.
I mean, just a surprise to hear that come out of Blake's mouth.
I mean, it was a surprise to hear all of their movies, but you know what? I feel like I know them more, and also shout out to all the space nerds out there. I'm a fellow space nerd, so we could bond over our love for Interstellar and Cars 1. Obviously, Cars 1 over 2 all the time. Always. Right, Ryan? All right. Well,
Ray, hello.
now,
Happy to see you here. Welcome in.
My favorite segments.
Welcome. We got eNASCAR co-watch party today.
This is our Show Us Your Rig segment, where we get to
together.
see what you got on your setup. And our
wow,
first one, wait a
that's
second, Alan, this name looks
such
very
a
familiar.
great rig which
we
got
saw
here.
His paint scheme in the college
on
series,
screen
so now
right
we know where he is racing from.
Right.
I gotta
Guys,
say,
give me
Caleb,
one moment.
I mean, a great setup. To spend a lot of time and resources on the wheel, on the rim, on the monitor. We need some cable management, guys. Like, let's be honest here, because that's a lot of ugly cables. On your guitar, I like that, but nice job overall. But tighten those cables up.
Our next one, Timmy sent this in, Ryan.
Oh yeah, we got my boy Timmy Patch. He sent over his rig. Look at nice. I like the setup. It's really organized, nice diecast collection. But I'm looking at those Krispy Kreme gloves right there. That's a nice little setup there. I know our producer Drew. He's gonna have a thing to say about those.
Yeah, I love the Mark Martin diecast. He needs to endorse this because that.
Oh yes,
there.
That is true. Let's get to our third rig right here. This one is from Eric Wortley. Ooh, this is fresh.
Hey guys,
so
we'll
clean.
see.
Yeah,
but
very
probably
clean,
we'll
very
do
simple. I like how the headphones
like
and mic are hanging off there.
going to watch
I made the comment during our production
eNASCAR,
meeting. It looks
and
like
maybe
that's where the CD-ROM
we'll do a
would
couple
be,
of
and everyone
races,
said that
but we'll
I'm
see. Okay,
absolutely
because
showing
I had a
my
really
age
busy
by
day.
making a CD-ROM reference, but Eric,
So
good
I
stuff
would
there.
love to
CD-ROM,
return back to you
What's that, Alan?
with a
all right, our next
full
our
stream
next rig
a bit
star is
later.
Andrew. Ryan, take us. There's a lot happening here, right?
Hey, look, a lot
What's
of people
going on
see this
here?
as a rig and stuff, but to me, this is the epitome of what iRacing is about.
Look
you
at
can
this.
Start literally like this. I mean,
Look
my
at this
first
fat
rig, I'm
battles.
A-class. I raced
What?
iRacing.
Next
I
time
started
you're
on
going
TV
to
track.
tell me
So hats off to Andrew here. This is
that
an ingenious
I
setup
have
here.
really
I love it, and hopefully in a cues we
fat
can get you
bezels on
at
my
least
BenQs.
a new
I'm
seat.
going to show you this
you
picture.
gotta go to the bunker. At least you can iRace. So I like that.
You could iRace anywhere. We got you. Our next one is from Trevor Allen.
Wow, this is really
Oh,
cool.
Yeah, Trevor, great setup. Look, you could have a friend over. You are seeing double. That is two triple.
It's really
monitor
comfy. It
setups
looks
right
comfy.
there. So
I love
plenty
it.
of action to be had in this room. A lot of dedication going on, and I just like
Really
it.
nice.
I mean, it's fun to do it with a friend there, and you can maybe talk some craft right next to your buddy, in person and virtually online. So nothing wrong with that.
I feel like this is an invitation for one of us to join. Maybe. I don't know.
Sure,
Let
I
us
like
know.
it.
But you know what? All of you can join in on the fun by just sending us your rigs using the hashtag eNASCAR on all social media platforms and tagging iRacing and eNASCAR GG. We love to see them. We have lots of fun. For now, we're going to check back in with another driver in our series. This driver in particular is no stranger to winning at Vegas. Of course, I'm talking about Joe Graff Jr., FGR driver, Excel driver, Ryan Luza.
I really don't want to say it, but the goat of eNASCAR is Ray Alfalla. My name is Ryan Luza from Cypress, Texas. This is my 9th season of the NASCAR iRacing Coca-Cola Series. Hopefully I'll be the 2025 eNASCAR iRacing Series champion, but it could be anybody.
Yeah,
honestly.
Ryan Luza, guys,
Me and Ray
won
have had a
four
rivalry, I think,
four
for many, many
times
years, and
at
now
Las
we've
Vegas.
both kind of like slipped down.
So it will be interesting to
so
see how
hopefully
he's
he can
going
get back
to
in and,
deal with
you
Las
know, maybe we
Vegas
can both be
tonight.
competitive again.
I'm going to make
Biggest
the pause really
accomplishment
fast
is
and
definitely winning
be
a
with you.
championship in 2017. I feel like I should have 3, but I only have 1, and hopefully we can get to 3. I think I just need to get better with this new car that we have. I've been struggling these past 2 or 3 years, so hopefully this is the year we figure it out, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to all of the short tracks. I'm not looking forward to the road courses or super speedways. Specifically, road courses have always been awful for me, so hopefully we can be a little bit better there. I think Rockingham is going to be a good race for me. I know a lot of the guys aren't looking forward to it, but I think it'll be a good race, so hopefully it is. Interlagos is not going to be good for me. I've never seen the track, never turned a lap on the track, so hopefully it's going to be better than Chicago went for me. I think it will. It doesn't seem like too hard of a road course, but not going to be good. I mean, one tip is just, I just keep running laps, keep practicing. I mean, all of us were starting out at one point. There's always room to improve, even for me. But if you just put the effort in, you can definitely get into the series. I'd like to be remembered as the GOAT, but I'm getting a little bit old for that. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's funny you hear Ryan Luza talk about wanting to be remembered as the GOAT, because you saw in one of those highlights there, he had on his roof rail 0 time back when he was when he had won a championship. So it's cool to see him still out here. By the way, he's going to be a good pick for tonight. He has 4 wins here at Vegas, all before the next gen era though, so it's going to be interesting. But currently showing some good speed, sitting P4 on the time practice.
Yeah,
so guys,
look, there's a place where he is successful at. If you want to be the GOAT, you better
what do you
start,
think about Las Vegas? Do you like this track? Because personally, I'm a big fan of the tracks which are
of course, Alan would say you're
complicated to save tires on in eNASCAR, and it's really cool to race them all the time.
Let's talk about the track.
Oh yeah, Las Vegas Motor Speedway. This
Just
is one of my favorite tracks.
Always a big challenge when you, you know, when you're trying to
9 degrees down the straightaway. This place opened pretty recently,
just save tires, and at the same time you just trying to go as fast as possible.
Racing. This is one of the most exciting places, especially that middle lane. I think that middle lane is gonna be key here tonight.
So it's really
the
cool.
Smoothest and fastest way around this place.
All right. Thank you, Ryan, for that. Let's go into one thing.
This track is the same age as I, so it was open in 1996, the year when I was born, and also take the first NASCAR race in 97, and Cup debut in 98.
It's been a while since anybody has won from the pole. Watch that in qualifying.
And then it was reconfigured in 2006 with progressive banking up to 20 degrees.
If you can get out front, control the race.
So this track is absolutely amazing.
Shot at winning it. You just got to get out front to do it. 4 drivers have won their first ever race at Las Vegas. Banerjee won in 2010. Jack Sturgios won in 2012. Marcus Lindsay in 2013, we told you about, and Ryan Luza, who we just heard from, his first win here was in 2017. Ryan Luza is the only driver to win at Las Vegas and then make the championship 4 in the same season. If
Quinn, hi. How are you doing? Welcome in.
So a win here for him, especially if he does it in the spring. He has shown he can get it done later on in the season and get all the way to that championship 4. If he can win tonight, old 0 time in that highlight, can he get to the NASCAR Hall of Fame, the championship 4 finale? That journey starts tonight, and he's, of course, the winningest driver at Las Vegas. Done it 4 times in 8 years, including those 4 wins out of 5 years. But as Ryan mentioned, never the next-gen era. What can he do tonight? We will see.
Ooh, we're going to have to see. But before we do that, we're so close to the race starting. We got to, of course, talk about our driver picks. This is where we make picks for every race. And based on the points of the placement of our picks, well, we crown a winner. Right now, we're tied, although... in rehearsal, Alan thought he was in the lead. Make it make sense, Ryan. Make
no
it
one
make
is
sense.
behind. I mean, I'm not behind anybody. Therefore, I am technically in the lead.
You know what? That's a good way to look at it. That's a glass half full mentality.
Just give me one moment.
Well, you know what? Let's look at our picks. For
this week,
tonight,
as I
Ryan,
tested, can you tell me where is it? Because
mine
I
was
just
kinda easy
checked
pick, but I'm gonna go
iRacing
Bobby Z.
UI,
Bobby
and
Zinsky's gonna get it done here tonight.
you know,
He ran
really, I
top
don't see
3
the
for
series
half the race last year
anywhere.
before a
Like,
costly mistake in turn 2.
is it in some some kind of special place where I don't see it?
On the ERA driver.
All right. Not bad.
Ah, it's
Probably
Formula.
Noble, interesting, but I'm going with a sure pick.
Formula.
Tucker Minter. Tucker's going to get it done for Willie B. William Byron, Sim to Pro, two-time Daytona 500 winner. So, of course, the next time his drivers show up here in the eNASCAR series, one of them is going to get the win. Tonight, it's Tucker Minter.
All right. Well, it's so funny when we go through our picks because I'm
Slusha,
like,
hello.
I'm
Thank you so much for your
so close to
bits.
picking either of
I've
your
been
picks,
watching your
but I
streams for a
actually
while
went
now
with
and
Kickoff.
really love the
I'm going
content you
with
do.
Kickoff
I
this
send you a
time.
big
We're gonna
hug and
see
hope
if
you're
he's
doing
gonna be
well. I
able to
wish
do
you
it.
much
But you know what?
success
It
in
all
everything
comes
you
down
said
to
out
what
to
they're
do. Thank you
able
so
to
much.
do
Really appreciate
on
it.
the track,
Thank
and
you
you never know
for
whose
support
race
and kind
it is
words.
gonna be. I'm just real excited to see how they do
It's
in
a
Vegas.
formal
Any last
for at
thoughts,
Lime Rock
Ryan
Park.
Brown?
Man, you know, I think we're just going to be in for a treat tonight. We saw it in practice right there, how tight these guys are going to be racing. This is a heck of a racetrack here. It's
Ah,
gonna
this
set us up
one.
with some
I
exciting
tested.
action,
Okay,
so
found it. Thank you so
we're in for a
much.
bit of a treat.
It's going to be hard to top the season opener that we had in Daytona. Two of the best drivers.
What are we
coming
actually
down to a
testing? I'm
last
so
lap
curious
pass
about
right
this
at the
because I
line.
just saw
But if it
news,
can be done
but you know
anywhere,
when
it's on
I
a great
tried to
oval like
open
this
the
at Las
topic
Vegas,
about this on
a
the
bunch of
website
drivers
of
in
racing and
contention
just
tonight should be
you know couldn't go
All right, well,
here,
stick
like it
around
just
because right after
moved
this
me to the
break,
forums
the race
and
starts. So stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching Countdown to Green.
not a
And from
lot of
all us here,
you know
enjoy the
information here. New telemetry. Wow. That sounds cool. And we can try it, you know, after eNASCAR co-watch party. We can try it then. I actually couldn't find because I thought that here should be the I tested and I was searching for the you know for the logo with this and it's actually just a racing logo here. Okay,
You get ready to take on the competition and brace yourself for the chaos, the speed,
this
the
is
weather,
so fun.
the unknown. But above all, when strapping in,
Are we having only
trust
races here or some practices as
your
well?
intuition, making your
Oh,
dad
okay,
true
so here is the practice session as well. Okay.
and nothing is going to stop you from winning. Welcome to the Proving Ground. Welcome to fist pumping, cylinder thumping, metal crunching. Some big hits right there. It's all or nothing for 26 weeks of the year.
The wait is finally over.
Welcome to the NASCAR Xfinity Series, only on the CW.
Alright guys, we're starting and also Els and Durrani returning back. Maybe some of you been worried because I thought that she's going to leave us forever and I'm like, no, I'm going to leave without Els here. New telemetry. Okay, let's have a look on this article also, because we only, you know, started the week. I want to get to know about this.
The road to $500,000 races through the
Tell me that
silver
it's not
stage
official,
and
right?
into America's
Like, we're not going to
racing
lose our
showplace.
rating in this
From
series.
iRacing's virtual Las Vegas Motor Speedway, we say good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to round 2 of the 2025 eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series. Well, let's just get it out of the way, and let's get these puns going. These drivers are ready to roll the dice. Tonight's jackpot is a ticket to the playoffs as we get into what many consider the real part of the year, Kenneth. The season opener, the chaos of Daytona is behind us, and it gets real tonight. First intermediate racetrack of the season. These races, 4 of them make a big part of this calendar. It includes an intermediate race at Homestead for the finale.
Ah, it's
So if you're
official?
good here tonight in
Okay,
Vegas, could
doesn't
be a
matter.
sign of things to come.
Hopefully we got split licenses right now in our racing. I'm so happy for that.
This is where everything comes down to it, and for a lot
So
of the
it's
drivers,
okay.
They don't see Daytona as race 1. They see this as the first proper step to that $500,000 mark at the end of the season at Homestead in Miami. And you're right, in the sense where the segments mean a lot for the point standings and everything in between. Drivers
It's
are going to put their
okay.
best foot forward, and
It's
at a mile and a
okay.
half that challenges you like Las Vegas does, the drivers are going to be on tap the entire race.
We appreciate you joining us for this one. Here's your reminder for NASCAR Fan Rewards members. Sign in now and enter tonight's
Davidson,
code,
hello.
to
Happy to see you
receive
here.
your 50
How are you doing?
points
Welcome.
on your membership dashboard. And if you're not a
We
Fan
go
Rewards member,
telemetry
you can scan the
update.
QR code and visit NASCAR.com to sign up today. Don't mind me. I take a picture of the code myself as well because I signed up over the weekend watching some of the Cup Series action at Atlanta. So we encourage you to join that and to make sure you're joining us every week so you can participate and get those points all season long. Well, the field is rolling. Qualifying has come and gone. Let's go trackside and take a look at your Coca-Cola starting grid, and it'll be pole position for the Canani Sports number 11 of Vicente Salas. He'll bring us to the green flag. He's alongside the Spire Motorsports 77 of Steven Wilson. Row number 2, we'll see the Williams Esports 51 of Donovan Strauss and the Channel 199 Sim Racing number 2 of Zach Novak. Row number 3, it is the FGRXL E-Racing number 12 of Ryan Luza and the Apex Racing Teams number 96 of Christopher Hill. Back on row 4, it is the 6 Karma 39 of Daniel Falkenham and the Hayek Motorsports 47 of Dylan Alt. And on row 5, rounding out your top 10, the Williams Esports 95 of Parker White and the Spire Motorsports number 7 of Femi Olatunbosin.
PS Plus competition has Garrett Lowe's number 99 Ford inside row number 6, and Blake McCandless for Junior Motorsports with a bit of support from Argentina. Maybe we'll talk about that. He's in 12th place to start tonight's event. Tyler Gary.
What exactly additionally are we going to get from this new telemetry? Because I can see that, you know, no changes for third-party applications. And in this series, they actually just going to collect data. So, yeah, it's really interesting. I'm looking forward when they're going to add the new UI in iRacing. Oh, nice to hear that you're doing good. Yeah, you're going to see me with all eNASCAR races, so I'm going to be with you tonight. And tonight and upcoming weeks of the eNASCAR as well.
Kerner to the outside of row number 11. Row number 12, it is the BS Competition 89 and Jordi Lopez. And the
Alright,
number 48 machine to the outside, that is Graham Boland.
Let's have the live timing.
Lucky row 13, maybe a good sign.
So guys, we expect pit stop in the middle of the race, but also probably some crashes going to happen, or we'll have whole race with a green flag. Who knows? So we're going to see how everything will go for everybody. Oh, Ray, thank you so much. 1 year and 10 days as you joined. That's really cool. Long time.
Casey Kerwin rolls from deep in the field, 33rd for the Kansas City Pioneers. And the other half of the Vegas Inferno home team, Malik Ray for the one car, will be on the outside in row 17. Matt Bussa, 35th. Nick Ottinger, 36th. That's Kevin Harvick Incorporated. William Byron Esports represented in the row. followed by Jimmy Mullis, the other half of the KHI camp in the 29 car, with rookie Nate Stewart for Jim Beaver Esports on the outside in 38. And bringing home the shotgun row of the field, row number 20, RFK Racing's Timothy Holmes and Connor Euroshak in the 40 car.
It's looked top to bottom at your Coca-Cola starting grid. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team. It's James Pike. He's dialed up with tonight's pole sitter.
And that pole sitter is Temecula, California's Vicente Salas, representing Tony Kanon Esports. Vicente, you've improved every time we've come to Las Vegas, whether or not it's Contender Series or Coke Series. What have you learned in your eNASCAR experience that's allowed you to become so successful at this track?
I think you just got to be prepared for the track to move around. It moved around in qualifying a little bit. We were running a different line than we were in practice.
Ooh, in Draftmaster we got
being
tracks at
adaptable,
Daytona.
You know, being adaptable to what
I'm
the
so
track throws
excited.
at you
I
and
want to
being
race
prepared
this.
for anything.
He was 8th in this race 1 year ago, and when he was last here in the Contender Series, he finished runner-up. That was a leapfrog run that catapulted him to a Contender Series
We also
title.
got
He'll look to go
Summit
P1
Point
at the
with
end of the night to
BMW
bookend the
M2.
evening.
I'm planning to do this
We heard it on Countdown to Green.
because I
2/3 of
really
the time, the driver who leads the most
would like
laps
to
at Las Vegas goes on
gain
to
some
win.
iRacing.
But we've only seen two pole
So I
sitters
think
do
it's
it. We'll see
possible
where
here
Vicente
to
falls
do.
in those
And
categories
we
here
got
tonight
also
as he looks to
Suzuka
punch his
with
ticket to a
Porsche
third
Cup, which
career
I'm interested
postseason
in.
appearance. Light's going to go out on top of the pace car this time
So
by
guys,
as we
probably
look to
we
the one
got
to go. Kenneth, walk us through what's coming up
some
next
interesting
as we
races.
look at our Logitech G race format.
Yeah, this race is 100 laps.
Oh, and
typical of
Monza
the
was a
mile-and-a-half race
rain.
lengths that we'll
Sounds
see over this
interesting.
2025 season. So we'll go a little about 150 miles, pit road speed limit at 50 miles an hour. That'll be crucial if we find ourselves in green flag stop territories. That pit window sits at
I'm not sure if you remember, we watched the race at Las Vegas recently, like maybe a couple of months ago, with the eNASCAR College Series, and we get quite a lot of crashes on Las Vegas. So we'll see how people going to handle cup cars on this track. So we've been watching this race with Xfinity.
Exact same thing.
So many things on the line, just like the Daytona opener, a race win.
So, let's
get
go.
you punched into the first round of the postseason. We're talking about segment championships, though, for the first 5 races. That's going to be a storyline as well. And of course, drivers know that this type of racetrack will be seen 3 other times.
Blake
including that
McCandless,
season finale at
P12.
Homestead. If
We're
you're
going
good
to
on the
cheer for him.
intermediates, you got a good chance.
This is
to
our
make 2025
fellow streamer
your
and
season.
broadcaster.
Vicente Salas will line him up from the front position. He will be in control.
Unfortunately, he gets really unlucky at Daytona. Coconut, hello. Happy to see you. How are you doing? Welcome in.
Esports Toyota.
Hello, hello.
As always, happy that you're with us on a Tuesday night as we say,
Let's go.
racing in Vegas.
We're starting, guys. 100 laps of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway race with the eNASCAR Coca-Cola Racing Series 2025. Let's go.
2x2 for the first 10, some 3 wide in the mid-pack as they get through the gears and rocket
Just
for the
came
first
back from
time down the Nellis
Animals as
straightaway.
Leader is the best show of my life, and I had a really interesting day today. So we've been in a skate park, riding the roller blades with my friends. There was, first time in a long time when I returned back to rollers. So it was it was really fun. When I was going the first time, I was like, oh my god, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with my balance, with my body, with everything? But we been here for like 2 hours or so, and I get used to this, and I really started to enjoy this. I was away from any like ice skating or roller blades just because I had issues with my my feet. So I had Hollis Valgus, which is prevent me to do anything like this because old boots are really narrow, and they should be tied on your feet. And yeah, it was really painful for me to do ice ice skating or
that may have fizzled out all of the opening 3-wide action.
you know,
for
just
the moment,
ride
as they're
the
still
roller
tightly packed in.
blades.
There's a shot off
But
the
now I
back,
can
and
do
your race
this.
leader,
Now I
Wilson,
can do this,
looking
and
back
it's
on Donovan
it was
Strauss, who's now
it
in
was really
P2.
fun.
Zach Novak, that black and red car, third in line.
Love is expert
which
of
means that your
on
pole
any
sitter,
wheels,
Salas,
yeah.
will slip to P4.
And the big differentiator over this opening run.
Yeah,
Evan,
we
is going
bought
to be
them,
those
you know,
bumps in turns 1 and
2
2.
years
We haven't
ago,
much talked about it,
but
in this first area of the racetrack, you'll see from
I
Wilson's
didn't
onboard,
try
it is oscillating. The
them
race car
because
is
I was
down the
busy
bottom
with
end of the
Isley.
speedway,
I
so
was
a lot of
busy
guys
with
will use the middle lane to sort of
with
smoothen
agility,
out
with
the
all the
entry
stuff. So
into the
probably
apex for the race car, and a lot of
so I
times you'll
just
see
spend a
drivers
lot of
bounce
time with my
sideways
dog
or
to
maybe get a touch of
teach her
understeer, and that'll
properly
allow the guy on
how
the
to
outside
behave
to
and
get
all
the
the stuff. So
advantage
that's why
off
we
the
just
corner. So early on, we
put
saw
the
that 3 and
roller
nearly
blades
4 wide
away,
action through the
and
first 5 or so laps,
we
so already
found
the field
really
spreading out quite a
good
bit behind Wilson.
place
Yeah, I
where
can
we can
attest to the
run
bumps. I think this is the
them
only track on the
safely.
calendar that I've driven in my
It's really
personal
cool because
car
I'm not a
on,
big fan
having
to
lived in
run
Vegas for
rollerblades
about
on
12
the
years, and of course,
streets
you
because
triple
it
that
can be
speed, double that
dangerous.
speed.
You
Yeah, these
can
drivers are going to be feeling it in 1 and 2 a little bit.
brake
3 and 4,
properly
not
with
so much on
them,
this scan of the racetrack as it has
as you
gotten to in the
can
real
do
world,
with
but,
bike, for
certainly
example.
1 and 2 very prevalent.
So
You go
yeah,
on board
it's really
with
cool that
Bridget
we
Warman there, currently P19.
we got
He
a
is
place
center of all
in our
the
city
chaos.
where we
It's
can
only
run
about a
them
second and a
safely.
half up to the race
It's
leader,
really cool.
but he's halfway down through the running order and going to get sealed off there. That's a nice clearing move.
Tom or finger, you mean this one? It's already healed. You see, it's almost straight. So I'm just working with it, but it's in one piece. All good. If you mean this one. If you mean my feet, I did surgery, guys, in 2019. So like 6 years ago, and you know, living my best life after this, really, because I can run, I can walk a lot, I can do ice skating, I can do
Well, you take a look up
roller blades and all this stuff, so
Steven Wilson. His
it's really
name
cool.
Is not currently showing on the leaderboard. That car is not currently showing on the racetrack. He went to the
yeah, the
race
surgery I
lead,
did
and
in
I believe he is having a
2019.
connection problem
That
on
was the
his
best
end
decision I ever
of
made,
this
guys.
connection to the Guy Racing
Because
service and to this
the
shared
quality of
space
life
that all
which
these
I got
drivers
right
are
now,
racing in.
it's
So there
completely
is
different.
no
So
Steven
no
Wilson
more
on track
pain
at the
because
moment. Once we get
I
confirmation on what his
remember I had
connection
pain
status is,
even,
we'll update
you know,
you. But if
walking.
that car drops all
You
the way
walking
out of
like,
the session
I
and
know,
has to
20,000
reconnect, we're
steps,
talking about minimum
and you
5+
just
laps down.
you
He did
dying
win
with
a
this
week
pain,
ago. That
and it
might
was
soften
really
the blow a
painful.
touch, but points still matter. You could still have more race winners than playoff spots available, so you can't back her all the way down. And clearly, some major issues on the jump here for your driver who was leading this race, and Steven Wilson, Kenneth.
Yeah, that's a big dagger for the 2023 champ of this series. And not only does he have the win to lock him in, you know, we talk about the segments in this series, how much in a bonus you can get if you win a segment. So I'm sure Wilson has the segment win in mind, and you take one race out in Las Vegas, you're already putting yourself behind the 8-ball, and your journey to the front is going to get so much tougher. And he's already officially disconnected from the server with the connection issues, so he will have to try and rapid fire his way back into this session and get back into it with the several laps down. He's
Oh no, someone disconnected.
sort of flurry of
This
yellows
is
to come his way, but such
the most horrible thing which can happen, really, when you're running such serious championships and you get disconnect. Oh.
Drop connection from the race. We will update you on if that car's able to get back on the racetrack or not. So
It's really bad, but you know, that kind of stuff you can't control, unfortunately. But if we go on to take in real life races, some technical issues can happen as well, so I know we can count this as a technical issue for the
running in first and second position, and you can see
for some racing.
Zach is not shy to remind us with the camera shot with a big check over his
Welcome
shoulder
everybody
from
who joined the
N2
stream.
on
We're
the
watching
series championship
eNASCAR
back in
together.
2019. He would love a
And
return to
we at
form
Las
this
Vegas
season.
with the Cup
So far,
cars.
so good. He's got a competitive machine
Let's go.
here tonight.
Well, you throw back in time to 2019, and that's his best finish, Evan, here at Las Vegas. Second place, nearly won the race, but was just one spot shy in his 9th start in 2025. Novak could put himself in that exact same situation. We talked about it on Countdown to Green. The driver who leads the most laps more often than not wins this race, and Novak is already demonstrating his strength early on. And we're surprised to see a little bit of that fall off from the car right behind Novak in Vicente Salas, but I guess it's just that early lap jitter where you fall a little bit back into traffic based on how close everybody is. But as soon as you put your feeding back together, things are all okay. And for Salas, he'll tuck right behind that number 2 Toyota Camry as the entire field, it appears, had mostly single filed out. And there's the driver you got to watch for that's already
I just noticed, guys,
Ryan Luza sitting single file in the
Rainmaster. This is like GT3 series. I just read like, oh, Rain was Monza. It should be fun. And I just read right now it's Monza combined. Oh my god.
In this generation of NASCAR Cup Series cars, so does Luza have the speed in the
Maybe we're going to miss this one.
Some of the prior iterations here at a familiar racetrack. He's in a good spot. You
It's
mentioned
crazy
working his
to
way
run
through
this.
the field. Just hanging on to the end of the top 10 there after losing some spots, and look behind him, 3 wide, center of that. Going to be the 15 of Colin Keister at a tight spot. That's the 19 of Kerner to the outside. The 34 of Cozy to the bottom, using that paved apron, which is in play here in Vegas to his advantage. And they'll keep it 3 wide. Look at the 22 car way to the outside, trying to spool up some speed. Is Bobby Zelensky. He's got nowhere to go, though, stuck in line behind that 19.
I bet that after some laps, everybody going to run in one line. You can see that some drivers trying to save tires, and they already running the top line at Las Vegas, which is really important. But we'll see, because we still can see some people running the inside line just to have opportunity to get some positions right now. But that can affect on the tire wear on this track a lot, so it'll be interesting to see what strategy going to work the best in the end of the day.
Nearly 3 wide there as you're on board with Tyler Gary.
All right, our champion of the previous year, Parker White, going P7. Here is Vincent Salas from TK Team P3, Zach Novak, and Donovan Strauss. This is our top 3 on the track right now. Ryan Luza, who won 4 times in this track, running the P10. Blake McCandless, P8. So for now, it looks really promising, really cool. Also, guys, want to remind you that you can take a part in the time attack to get a chance to win wild cards to race Porsche All-Stars with us on next round. So you can find all information on iRacing website and also in the Porsche socials. So don't forget about this.
Inside this top 20, and with that incident with Michael Cozy Jr., it was a product of something I mentioned earlier: the bumps. The car gets unsettled.
One thing, if you're going to get the wild card, please don't crash me.
Could not get his car to handle clearly, so it threw out the opportunity for his car to get into the outside wall. Here's another look at it down screen, and there's Michael Cozy.
You're slow.
Gary getting the bit of the understeer from the turbulent air. There's nowhere he can go. He's already basically off.
Wait a moment, I'm going to read you.
So nothing that Gary could do there, but just avoid.
So they got a post about this, and as I understand, they wanted to make it like randomly from some results.
2 laps to go, so put the number 2 machine into the race lead, and there's still more action going on in the mid-pack, where you would think we were 2 laps removed from the restart and not 21, but they are using every inch of the racetrack. Look at that one car right up and on the outside fence, rimrod on the outside, trying to carry that speed off of the corner. You will see these drivers fan out. That is one of the benefits of this progressively banked tri-oval. 20 degrees of banking, of course, went through a major reconfiguration in 1996.
So look here, guys. It will be random, choosing between all of the people who beat the lap and can guarantee the mandatory needs, which are listed on the iRacing page and on a carousel post on AG on Instagram. So please check her out Instagram on the Porsche.
You know, Evan, the paint scheme in motorsports
read everything,
is the equivalent of a
give it a
sports
go.
jersey for teams in stick and
So
ball
why not?
sports.
So
when
maybe
you're able to play
you
with
can
the
get
colors and have a bit of fun with the designs,
into
it
this.
makes for excitement, not only when you get
You
on
know
the
we crash
racetrack
every
for
time.
race, but how you look
Plain, you're
when
fine.
driving the
You're
race car.
fine.
So I love the white and red on Blaze Crawford's number 3, who's like many others making his first coach start here at Las Vegas Motor
Oh,
Speedway.
good. If you go on to crash me, I can live with this. It's okay. As long as it's not Pablo Lopez again. Oh, really? Huge respect to Pablo, but my car is just a magnet for him.
He had to do some advanced work to get that thing connected back to the
And
session.
Embrace car magnet for Quirk.
Or something to his computer, but again, 14 laps down is an insurmountable gap. He's going to have to hope drivers drop out of this. Now, you look at the live points as we run. Again, he'll be still shown in the number 2 spot as a race winner. Now, there is a points position that you must maintain for that race win to count. I don't think we have to raise the red flags yet.
You see, Zach Nowak started to pull away a little bit from everybody. Also, guys, in the last patch, iRacing updated the drafting in next-gen cars, so I was just curious by myself how it's working right now. Because unfortunately, by broadcast, we can see this.
Because if there's 14 race winners, they're not all going to be able to get in.
Maybe I can give it a go and
do
run
not
on
sound
the
the alarm bells.
Super Speedway
Steven Wilson is going to be okay. However,
to see
a race
how it's
win
working
isn't
now.
that comfortable. It's not the end
I know,
all
maybe
be
they
all
changed this
until we
thing
get a couple
where
repeat winners,
it
and one
was,
way he can
you
help
know, when you're
himself
losing
out
like
is to be the
0.2,
guy to get repeat
0.3,
winners. Not
you
gonna
just
happen for him
starting
tonight.
to lose the draft, and unfortunately can catch anybody on the track. So maybe they fix this thing. If yes, that'll be great.
It could either make some dreams a reality or
We have to talk to David about him hitting other women.
You know, it may not throw any mercy to him, so he's got bad luck in this race. Not something that he will probably dwell on for a long time.
Well, he pushed me at Mugello, yeah, he pushed me a little bit on my back, but it wasn't that bad, you know, it was okay. Because then we had really cool fight at Spa in prototypes. But yeah, every time I'm rejoining, I see like, oh, here's a crash with Quirk and Emery. Here we go again.
He's making some progress up 6 spots from where he started, but he is in the Hornets list. Let's ride on board with him. It's the Logitech G onboard camera.
Yeah, guys, if you wonder, I'm going to share the post with you, okay? I'm going to share the post with you. Ah, you have to beat basic Ollie lap, okay?
A lot of options there in the midfield as we jump back up front. We mentioned Zach Novak.
Track is Saxon Ring and Porsche Cup.
But there's 2 drivers who want to get in on that action, and that's Vicente Salas, your pole sitter who dropped back early.
I'm going
He's
to
in
share
P2, and
this
how
one with you.
about the 7 of Femi Olatunbosun, biggest mover inside of the top 6. He's driven his way from 10th to 3rd and is applying the pressure.
One of the biggest movers all night long throughout this race, and is in his career one of the most consistent drivers here at this mile-and-a-half circuit in Las Vegas. In his 4th start this year, but his previous 3 starts all were top 10s. That includes a 6th.
Okay, guys, so far 31 laps without caution. I really hope we're going to get into the green.
Leading some laps, being aggressive up front, trying to tally with his teammate Steven Wilson. So keep an eye on Femi. Really quick Chevrolet.
Let's try to predict 5 minutes prediction. I hope they're going to survive for 5 minutes while we have this prediction in the chat.
Saving the right front tire, keeping it to the inside, and he's got to look at Salas for a second this time.
Looking to the inside of the number 11 car, is that going to be the preferred position? We saw Novak go to the lead by using the outside line and being able to carry speed off of the corner, and that's going to prove to be too tricky. Nice defensive line for Salas. He'll stay in front. You're on board with the 39 of Falkingham. He had a bit of a run, opts to not force a move down to the inside Seems like as we're now 30+ laps into this run.
Okay, here you go. So question is, will we get a pit stop on the green flag? Here you go, guys. We will get a pit stop on the green flag. Yes or no?
Dealing with the same thing there, and just behind these two is both of the Williams.
7 almost has a long name as you.
They had a terrible Daytona, dead last in the team.
You mean Daniel Falkenham, yeah?
That 39 needs some
you mean this guy?
Because
he seems like got really long name.
2-6 Karma cars,
as I can
and they're
see.
all running right now inside of the top 7.
All right, and this is a post about wildcards, so you can read all information here, guys. Here you go. Here you go. So please read all information. You have to beat the basic holy lap, which is, I think it's possible. So, like maybe I can beat his lap. He's fast, but you know, not like alien, yeah.
Or in the case of Kerner for 6 Karma, they can play a little defense from the offense and the pressure.
He was really good with
in the midst of this top 10. So keep an eye on what they can do to either slash some dirty air to the competition around them to help each other give themselves that proper lending hand to stay up front late in this run.
Oh yeah, Femi got a really long surname also. Alright, so you can see, guys, as I told you before, that we going to run almost one line, so everybody running on the outside line.
Between the two of them, that 11 had a big run, and Femi gave him a bit of a shot to the door. It took.
Guys, we'll have little ad break and then return back. Please make your predictions. Let's go. So we will get a pit stop on the green flag. Yes or no?
Not clear on the 11, but
let's go.
To the inside of the 2 car, looking for the race lead.
Femi's got to tiptoe through the traffic because
all right, I see that Zach Nowak maybe got some issues with tires, or maybe as he was running on the lead, maybe he wants to be behind someone to save some fuel before the pit stop. Pit stop going to happen in roughly like 15 laps.
But Femi faster than everyone by nearly 2:10.7 over those last several laps.
Use Vlad's account and get him into the race and teamwork. You two win.
Femi looking for his first win since the Daytona opener back on February 15th of 2022.
Oh my God! I know what to do.
On the bottom of the screen,
I know what to do. Maybe TC can run this.
A bubble and a nice save there. In the midfield, we continue to see these cars struggle more and more.
Let's get to see into this.
These tires continue to wear. We saw that fuel number, the pit stop range at the start of the race, only about 15, 16 laps away from being past halfway and inside of that fuel window.
That's going to be win for us if TC going to in. That's going to be win for us.
Femi Altenbosen up 9 spots to the race lead.
That's going to work even better than to get Vlad into
He's way down in 17th.
All-Stars.
So anytime you see big movers, there's got to be big losers. That's how it shakes out now as you go on board with Jordi Lopez, who sits in the number 13 spot right now. He's been on the up and up. He's passed 10 cars so far in this race.
And these are a lot of guys around Lopez, including himself, Evan, that started this race in the trenches, mid-top 20s, early top 20s, and then just trying to slowly work their way through the field. That's how they put an imprint on that first green flag stop. If we do continue to stay green throughout this race, because like I said in our Logitech race analysis, theoretically, if you stay green, you only need 1 stop to make it to the end of this race on fuel. So it's going to be
I guess a break, then we return back.
The shoes underneath the race car. And for these guys that are in the top 20, they know track position means basically everything, especially when you have to deal with late race restarts and you got to play a ton of defense. And Jordi Lopez will try another one inside on Tucker Minter. This fight for 12 with Bobby Z right in front of them.
It continues on. It's about 2 seconds off of the race leaders. There is no big gap here or there, but of course the field slowly starting to stretch out as we have been incident free for the first 42 laps of this 100 lap contest. Couple of close moments. We mentioned that Stephen Wilson had dropped out of the session. He's back on track, 14 laps down. Taylor Hurst also just now coming down pit road at lap number 42. He's going to lose lead lap status because of that. All 38 other cars, though, still on the lead lap and more or less still in touch with what we'll call the larger lead pack. As you can see, Hurst and the Dude Wipe Chevrolet.
Okay, you can see that someone beat it already. Yeah, Zach Nowak, as you can see, not really losing time to Femi, who's on a P1 right now.
Yeah, but the caveat, the catch-22 in that is that as soon as you get the fresh tires early, everyone else pits behind you, then they have the fresh tires, and you have to play a lot of the defense.
We have a green pit stop. Are you sure? They can make the caution, you know, right after, right before this.
Every single race, but particularly on these mile and a halves, as they are bobbling it up.
It's still possible, so we're going to wait.
Getting into the outside wall, 3 wide. Those are the 2 RFK Racing Fords, Colin Bowden and Timothy Holmes and Quentin Warman.
Or you mean that someone, like, one car pitted? No, let's wait till, like, leader pod go into pits, okay?
And Jimmy Mullis. It's about 5 to 6 cars out wide in turn 1.
You'd think it's a battle for the race lead. No, folks, this one for 27th position on back. But these drivers just as aggressive as some of the moves we've seen at the front of the field. Look at that 25 car dicing to the inside. Nick Ottinger goes high to low, tries to put the Euro step on Timothy Holmes. Give him that spot off of turn 4. Working hard. Ottinger up 9 spots, trying to dig out of the trenches after a poor qualifying effort. He is one of the bigger movers on the racetrack as well, but still with some work to do. Up front, it is Femi Olatunbosin, who's the 4th different driver to lead laps in this race. We're closing in on halfway. We're closing in on pit stops. We'll be right back to Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
That's the most interesting moment right now. Show us that they're pitting. Oh, these bubbles. They make me crazy. Pete. Alright guys, I got the live timing for you. And here's a Pete. So when we will see that this guy's going to Pete, I'm going to pay you your prediction, okay?
Every time you sit
But seems like they will go to the pit stop.
For the unexpected. You get ready to take on the competition, embrace yourself for the chaos, the speed, the weather, the unknown. But above all, when strapping in, you put trust in yourself, your intuition. Make it your guide to win, your drive to win.
Right.
And nothing is going to stop you from winning.
Alright guys, what's interesting in coming in this season of eNASCAR, that the next round will be in Interlagos, Brazil, first time. This race going to take a part in the schedule of eNASCAR. So we know that Bobby Zelensky won Monza and Brands Hatch, so maybe it's possible that he's going to dominate on this track. So yeah, and you know, other drivers also really good on road course, like Wilson, White, Salas. So we're going to see really cool battle on the Interlagos, and I personally wonder, just curious to see how they're going to drive next gen at Interlagos. Yeah, no Nice for me as well. Kota is... Kota, that's the track which I don't want to touch, personally. It's probably really cool, but it's really big, so complicated. And with NASCAR cars, it just... I bet it's really hard to drive.
And by Sunoco, from fueling your favorite
The longest name advantage.
Sunoco is
Let's see. Let's see. Wait, we get a yellow flag. We missed this, guys. Look at this. What? What's happening?
We're back live in Las Vegas under the first caution flag of the afternoon after an incident on lap number 49. It puts us under the yellow condition and brings us to yellow flag pit stops. Here's the incident between Tyler Gary and Nate Stewart, 33rd and 34th. Kenneth, what do you see on this one? That 5 car gets high into the fence and then finished off.
You're streaming abnormal time. It's normal time for eNASCAR. Hello in paint. Happy to see you here in chat.
Yeah, Nate Stewart just it's a little eager.
Yellow happened, you know?
Understeering those bumps off the corner, taps the outside wall, and Gary is trying to come up to make that
nope.
side draft happen or to just clear right behind Stewart.
Sorry.
Both make the contact. Gary gets into the quarter panel of Stewart and sends
I
him
told you
straight.
that they're going to
Stewart
create
did a good job
the
to
yellow
avoid hitting the
right
inside
before the
wall,
pit
so
stops.
Both of those cars escape with basically no damage, but really tough. And like we heard over the radios,
Yellow
over the
Ramo.
run,
Hello,
Bobby
hello.
Zelensky
Thank
said,
you.
This is the worst that it's going to
Let's
drive.
do
This portion of the run, it's driving terrible right now. These drivers were dealing with very tough to handle cars, and so that's the product of it. You get some mistakes and a possible caution along the way.
And there's a look at the two different Spire Motorsports entries into very different spots. That 7 car.
Congrats,
Femi
Super Stinky.
leading this race. And the 77 is
that
Wilson
wasn't
down pit road
obvious,
from 14
right?
laps
That
down.
wasn't.
It was a pretty uniform decision on the pit lane. Almost everybody took 4 tires.
1.2 million left. Oh my, that's a lot of
Seth
points.
DeMerchant may have been
wow.
the only driver to go for
what happened?
2.
We've been running with the green flag like long time till the lap number 49. So we had prediction that are we going to beat on the green or we'll have a pit stop on the yellow? And yeah, we're getting pit stops on the yellow.
The 39 probably have a good grasp on things. It's an aggressive call for Seth, but he's known to do that.
Guys, welcome everybody who just joined the stream. We're watching eNASCAR, just 50 laps to go of the race at Las Vegas, which is
you make one of 2 decisions when you go on 2 tires.
going to make people closer to the win of the championship in 2025. Yellow Ramo, thank you so much for a subscription with Prime. Really appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Thank you.
If that car is a little understeery and you're not getting the turn through the apex that you'd want out of it, you take 2 right side tires fresh, you keep those old left side tires on, the car will steer a lot better through the corner. So maybe this is just an adjustment for the merchant that happens to get him track position. He sits 3rd. Does he capitalize on the call?
Makes the math real easy. Everybody on the same fuel strategy and good to go to the scheduled distance. Green flag.
Let's go. I'm going green.
Massive restart advantage for the 7 of Olat and Boson. Give them 3 car lengths.
Hey, hello from Kazakhstan. Happy to see you here. I really like Interlagos. So when we got it in schedule, I'm racing it. We'll have it in eNASCAR. So going to have a co-watch party next time.
For FGR Excel, going to be pushed by Donovan Strauss, and like we saw the first laps of this race, everyone all over each other, but Femi Olatunbosin probably happy. He's seeing the guys 2nd and 3rd fight for it side by side and getting them.
Guys, also don't forget that shortly after this broadcast will be the driver press conference. So if you got any questions, you can ask them on Twitch and YouTube channels of eNASCAR, and probably broadcaster is going to read your question to drivers. Even
that puts the 14 in the middle. Now
you know, like, what's your favorite meal or something like this, so that can be a question from you, no problem.
But now he's the driver without drafting help, and the middle lane gets formed up. Shades of Daytona 2 weeks ago.
They call me Unpaid Collector for a reason, and only Pertil, because when I crash I collect everyone else on the track too.
Can they possibly make this work long term?
You got to find a way to get the advantage over the other. And if you're going to go 3 wide, you may as well do it here when the tires are fresh and you've got everything.
Oh, I don't remember in pain someone just spun. Create caution. So yeah, now everybody going to run till the end. Oh! Oh no! Here's another yellow. Yellow brings another yellow.
And Graham Boland, the heart of the incident. 4 wide was going to boil over at some point, Evan. It did in one fell swoop near turn 1.
And that exit off of 4.
Guys, if we got it, I tested. I suggest to do this.
And certainly getting off of 2, that was going to be dicey. And
tomorrow. So I think that after the stream I'll just go to sleep a little bit, and then in the evening, like normal stream time, I'll be with you.
The one of Malik Ray is the outside lane. The 48 of Graham Bolin is on the bottom, but he's following in line with the cars up the road. That essentially puts him in the middle, right? He's not running the bottom of the racetrack at all, even though they're only 2 wide. And as they get into the corner, I don't know if the 199 of Duval sees an opening there, or if that's just where the car's going off of the corner, but he kind of ends up in a 3/4 car width lane, and that's just
favorite
not how the
NASCAR
map is
drivers.
gonna work out, and you'll see it here. He ends up kind of
Yes.
sandwiched
I
between
got
the
one
and the 48
favorite
car as they
NASCAR
come off
driver.
the turn. Look for that 199 to be
This
seen
is
there.
a
Middle
guy
right-hand
from
side of your screen, little bit of a
Australia,
checkup, sets it up, and then right
Australian
there, kind of no
Supercars
man's land for that one.
V8.
And we talked about the hometown team with the Vegas Inferno. Both of those cars involved in that accident, not what they wanted to see.
And if you're Duval there, right behind Graham Bolin, you're playing a game of prediction. You either think that Bolin's going to shut you out.
SVG? Yes, SVG. I wanted to tell you the full name. I was like, what if I'm going to tell you like SVG? It's going to be
You send the block and you're like, fine, I'll just give you the shove in turn 1. Or
weird.
to the left side of the racetrack and give you the opportunity
Yeah,
to
Shane Wangersberg.
So none of that happens.
Wangersbergen.
Stays still and Duval gives him the shunt. Malik Ray
Sorry.
on the outside with absolutely nowhere to
I
go.
did
And
it.
Nick Ottinger on the outside of the racetrack just gets stuffed in. There were 4 wide, so not as much real estate to go
Sorry.
around the accident. And several guys who almost nearly went head on into the outside wall. Found their way with some minimum damage, but for Bolin and for Ottinger, maybe more than enough to nearly take
Okay,
them out of this
did
race
it.
tonight.
Yeah, it's tough for Nick Ottinger. Went without a race win last season. The last time he went a whole year without a trip to victory lane was back in 2017. Still, rough start for him here in 2025. One more reminder for NASCAR Fan Rewards members to enter tonight's code, Vegas, the number 2. PC on your member dashboard. You can earn 50 points. And if you're not a member yet, you can scan the QR code on the screen.
Sorry,
or
in
visit
pain. We don't have
NASCAR.com/fan rewards
sound comments
to join
here.
now. And there
Sorry.
is more happening in the world of eNASCAR because the time attack for the eNASCAR College iRacing Series is currently open. Only 2 days left to go racing
both
at
Scotch tape.
Iowa in the NASCAR Xfinity
Nice to meet you.
Series cars. That time attack will qualify drivers in, and you'll catch
Oh, good.
that main
So yeah, this
broadcast right
guy
here on the
is my
iRacing
favorite
Sports
driver.
Network, coming up in a couple of weeks' time on March the 18th.
Because
Let's
he
talk
races
about
in
where our
V8
countdown
supercars.
to
It's
green
really
picks
cool, and
are.
now
Camille
he's
went
in this
with
car.
Nick Ottinger, 25. He was just
It's even
involved in that
cooler.
accident. Not a good go for him. Tucker Minter's having an all right night, though. The other Logitech G machine, Allen's pick sitting P12.
Yeah,
And Ryan
NASCAR
went
and
with
Interlagos
Bobby
will be
Z,
like
the
a Brazilian
22
Stock
car
Car
right there
Cup.
next,
Yeah,
in fact,
that's
to
correct.
Tucker in P13.
Guillermo,
So
if you're interested, you can watch this together with us. I think it's going to happen like in a couple of weeks. I'm going to tell you. I'll have a look on the schedule right now.
Here in Vegas, and all of a sudden he is on the outside of the front row. Kenneth Bueno.
Remember in that package on Countdown to Green, he said, I'm still trying to get used to these next-gen cars, still trying to get a grasp
Oh,
of
that will
what
be
these
next
things
week,
are. His 4 wins
4th
prior
of
to the
March.
next-gen
4th
era,
of March.
like
The
we've
same
seen
time as we're
before, when
watching
Lusa
this race
finds
right
his way to
now.
Las
We're going to
Vegas,
have
that's when he
Interlagos,
strikes the
so
iron
please
hot.
come.
He
It's going
starts
to
to
be a
build
really
up
interesting
several
race
wins on the way to a
because it's
potential
always
championship run that resulted in a
really
title
cool to
back in
see how
2017.
guys
So
who
keep an eye
driving
on Lusa.
always
Femi's been
handle
overall fastest
road
car on the
tracks.
race, but Lusa knows this place better than anyone else in this
I also,
40-car
from
field.
my
We'll see
side,
what they
I'm
stack up on
waiting
the
that
restart
probably
with
Logan
41 laps
Clampett
to
got good chances
Green
to win
flag
at
back in the air,
Interlagos
loses
because he
somebody
is really
else
good
who
in
went
road
winless
course.
in 2024. Last time we saw that out of him, 2016.
Okay,
He's
no
also
worries.
looking to
Yeah,
bounce
if
back
you
in.
can
That's the
visit
second
this,
restart in a row, though.
then you can
But
watch
Femi Alonso
VOD
Boatsen left
after.
them in the dust.
After
The
this
iRacing drone
race.
follows
No
the
problem.
field through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of
Alright,
stacking
guys.
up going on up
The
the road.
green.
That's McCandless
Ryan
to the
Luza, you
outside,
can
the
see
yellow and blue
P2
car on
getting
the
close to
outside.
P1 once
Some
again.
shuffling going on as we're now
You
at
remember
speed
he won
at
4
180
times on
miles
this
an hour.
track.
And take a peek at
Yeah,
that car
decent
on the
starts.
outside, 3 wide. One of the first
Hopefully
drivers
we're not
that's
going
doing
to
that
get
here, 3 and 4. That's
crashes.
E-Racers Logan Clampett who sat on the pole 2 weeks ago at the virtual Daytona International Speedway, and here he is after rolling off 27. He's saying to the field, you know, I came from the dirt like a sandstorm. He is pushing through the front.
8 wide, yeah, really. Everybody next to each other.
Of draft, where you can push the drivers around you to get the best momentum, but just like the last restart, 3 and 4 wide in 3 and 4.
In a really close quarters racing there, Blake McCandless was on the outside, and again, you'd mistake this for an Atlanta, a Daytona, or a Talladega race. 3 wide, everybody pushing tight together.
Let's make prediction.
Last time we tried it, can they make it work this time?
Another yellow or green till the end.
Where they can hold this 3 wide off of the restart, and as the tires start to go, it'll be a little bit trickier for the drivers on the bottom to make that lane work, and it will eventually get back to 2x2. Look at that blue 97 car, push it up off of the bottom. Minter was squeezing him 4 wide behind with the 36 and the 6 car in the center. Does anybody back out of that one? The 47 of Alt to the inside. He keeps his foot in it, and the person that hits the eject button is going to be Kwame Scott. He's not clear, though. Only more 4 wide.
And that is the 47 all in the middle of all this. The 2 Sunoco Chevrolets for Latart Esports. They don't want to dump each other as teammates. Quentin Warman for Hack Motorsports on the outside.
Prediction.
Connor
Let's go,
Duracek,
guys.
And a bunch of others that are still pushing their way through. It's give and take.
If I was in the race, yellow for sure.
And then, Evan, you start pushing the trigger further and further to make
So guys,
these
please,
moves. There's a
prediction
look
right on the top of the chat. Brown flag, brown flag happening a lot in our racing. So please make your prediction. So we will get another caution. Yes, no green till the end of the race. Let's go. And we're getting yellow.
Who goes on the outside of turn 4. Alexander Russell joins him, and once
Put all
more,
your points
the
to
yellow
yellow.
flag thrown
Yes,
from Las Vegas.
yes, yes.
Everyone going 3 wide at the back. It wasn't gonna work.
This
Thought
prediction
we were
is rigged.
maybe going to be able to get away with that one. I don't know if any of the cars went all the way around. It was a big hit to Kwame Scott, you mentioned, who we were just watching in the battle of 3 and 4 wide. He's the car that gets spun first, and then he collected the 66 machine of Alexander Russell, who ended up slow against the outside wall, but the caution
I just
flag
started the
quickly
prediction,
thrown
and here's
in
a
that one,
yellow.
so we will slow things down once more, and we'll wait to wind it back. Again, this is back in the high 20s.
What's your
and
favorite NASCAR
kind of
track
a
to drive?
3 wide, not 3 wide scenario. I feel like Kwame Scott felt like that he was on the bottom lane, and the driver behind him was Michael Cozy Jr., who disagreed. Cozy felt like he had the inside, and they both went
Well,
for the
if
same
we're
piece
talking
of
about
real estate
tracks,
into
where
turn
you're
number
going
3. We'll watch this one
flat
develop
out,
all the way through the
that would
corner.
be
But you
Daytona.
know, Evan, at this juncture of the race, where there is not that much time left, these drivers,
If we're
especially
talking
in the
about
20s,
tracks
are
where
in the
we
depths of
have to
desperation.
save
So
some
any move
tires,
that
have
they
to
can
play
make
with the
for any
strategy
sort of
and all the
track
stuff,
position, they're gonna shoot for it, but, I mean, I think there's a little miscommunication there.
so
Kwame maybe thought that
probably
he would clear
that's
Cozy
going
into
to
the corner
be
and vice versa, but they just make the slight contact, and that's middle of that
Las
progressive
Vegas
banking,
or
so
Kansas
Kwame
for me.
is gonna come up the racetrack,
I'll pick Las
slide
Vegas
up,
because we
and that's
got
where
a
Alexander
race on
Russell
this
sort of
track
gets the
tonight.
tail end of the top. So there's another look
Okay.
at it. Cozy's nose is down there, tags Kwame Scott. Russell, who on the outside was trying to skirt away from it like hole in the wall,
And
but just could not
my
do
favorite
it.
track,
And
which I
unfortunately
really
gets
like
tagged in on that left
to
rear
run in
quarter
the
panel
street
that
stock,
puts him into
this
the
is
outside wall.
Charlotte
Probably would
Oval.
not be surprised, Evan, to see some tolling damage on the rookie
I
of
bet
Russell's
everything on yes
machine,
because
so
I
he may be indeed out of this
live
one,
live
but
on the edge.
just a tough miscommunication
Oh
sequence there entering turn 3.
And a decent bit of damage, too,
Thank you,
for Michael
Impact.
Cozy Jr., who, of course, was the nose that
This
sent that
is
car in front of
rigged,
him around the
rigged
initial contact
prediction.
with the 36 coming across
First
the nose,
time on
isn't what caused
on
the damage, but they actually got
on the stream.
separated, and then Cozy kind of hit him again on the way by. That's what sent that 36 up the hill, and that is some pretty significant damage on the nose of that machine, James.
Well, they were through the damage. We'll take a moment to talk to Femi Ola.
Guys, friendly reminder, if you want
Femi,
to
you and, a lot of your
ask
teammates have been
questions
really successful. Where
to
did you
winners
all
who's
find
going
the
to be in
speed
the
of last 2 weeks
press
in Vegas?
conference, you can ask these questions after our broadcast during the press conference, in chat, on Twitch, and on YouTube.
Getting it to where I wanted it, where I thought would be good in the race, and so far it's paying off.
Any pressure with trying to hold this lead for the last 40 laps or so?
I mean, there's always pressure, right? There's pressure if you're leading. There's pressure if you're 25th trying to get to the front. You just got to manage it best that you can, and I'm gonna try to do that.
looking for his first win in Coke Series competition since the season opener at Daytona in 2022.
He's in a good position to be able to do so and has a
Oh, I'm
competitive
aware
race
that
car.
many
The question
people
is, if
miss
this
all the
goes green
Atlanta in
through
this
the
car,
end,
but you know,
is it a
unfortunately, I didn't
aggressive car
race it.
now that's gonna
Didn't
win
race
this
the
race?
old one.
Or if we're in a situation where, you know, Femi drove up from 10th to 1st, do you need some time to let it marinate? We got James again.
With Graham Bolin representing the Kansas City
You can
Pirates,
ask
did you have
whatever you
any
want.
indication that you were
Pre-stream,
going sideways until
someone
it actually
ask,
happened?
I mean, I didn't expect
what is your favorite corn?
but like once I saw the replay,
Yes,
I'm like,
what's the favorite corn? And Steven Wilson just answered that
obviously on a virtual sim
street
and
corn.
can handle getting restarted by someone else after he walks him out too.
So it was
And
funny.
he rushed me into one. So my car was destroyed. I was making up track position.
You know this one? I
People just
found
gotta be
this
emotional.
Mexican street corn. It looks so delicious. My God, I want it. I want it. Daniel, hello.
To nail these restarts.
Welcome.
Another big jump. Is it gonna come
Really
to
nice
no,
jump
once the
from
rest of
number
the field
7.
spools up and gets up to speed.
Let's see if
Parker White leads
they're
the
going to
inside.
bring
Luza
him
leads the outside.
some
Where does the 7
advantage
go?
over
To try
other
to play
people.
some defense, he'll
We'll
shut
see.
down the inside lane into turn 3. 3 wide they go. It's the 11 Salas to the outside first.
That's the pole sitter going up top, looking to find some of that clean air that is most needed when everyone's 2x2 across
In
this
pain,
mile.
congrats with your
Speedway, but
prediction.
this is just like Daytona and Talladega, even a bit of Atlanta.
That's the best one.
Racing. If you're Femi Olatunbosun, you got to play both lines based on how the
Awesome.
momentum swings in either direction. And when you've got Williams Esports' Parker White down low. And
Oh no,
Ryan
you
Luza
lost
up
1
high,
point. Oh
two
no.
very strong drivers that Femi has to play a little bit of that defense on, but Parker White gets to the inside, makes the move for second. That's a near slide job move on Ryan Luza. Does he strike any further coming to 31 laps to go?
Do you want another prediction like this?
Over the racetrack.
Or
Battle
not?
for the race lead on the top and some of the midfield 2 and 3 wide. Split up on the bottom of your screen. Everybody having been grouped up at the halfway point for yellow number 1 have gone through these motions now a couple of times. 2, 3 wide action, restart wreck and do it all over again. Look at this midfield part. I think that's the 42 car to the very inside of Logan Clampett trying to make some move. He is one of the biggest movers.
Will the race eventually end?
From where he started in this race. Oh, there's contact behind him though. That 22 is Zelensky.
Question is,
Quick, snappy save
will we
on the
get
inside.
the checker flag in this race? Yeah. Do you watch Formula 1? No, guys. Unfortunately, I just completely lost the interest because for me, it's more about drama than about racing and all the stuff. So yeah, just completely stopped to watch. And also, you know, I really like to watch like eNASCAR because that's part of our racing, of course. So I'd rather drive myself than watch others racing. But except iRacing races.
After falling back in the running order, he is right now in the number 24 spot, looking to bounce back up the hill. Is there enough room for all of those cars? 4 wide again with the 3, the 22, the 14.
Yeah, you know, might be a good year for. Oh, here's a 5 wide. It didn't work. Oh, they all save it. Look at this. Look at this. They almost save it.
Turn number 2, still wrecking
Oh my.
all the way to the back straightaway. And it does not take an expert at the tables here in Vegas to know 5 wide, not a good bet.
You know, I would love to see in Formula 1 bunch of new drivers, bunch of drivers who, you know, race really good and, for example, in Formula 2 and then jumping into Formula 1. So I just want to see more new people every year in Formula 1. Then I think it's going to bring, you know, some more attention from viewers.
Between Crawford, who sort of swerved to the left side, Gary was there, so it got into the Chevrolet's quarter panel, and then at that point, Evan, it is.
Well, you know, six rookies, you know.
And I'm not a professional race car driver.
We want more.
Take with that, but
like 6 is good because all previous seasons we didn't get really a lot of,
I think they're going to wreck anyways. Because he goes down, makes contact with
you know,
3,
new drivers in
and then
Formula
the
1,
4
which is
wide
kind of
still
sad
wrecked
because
anyway,
I
so
see a
again,
lot
I
of
think 4 wide was
drivers
already,
really deserve
game over, But certainly,
their
I don't
place
see
in
any
Formula
logical,
One.
Result for 5 wide at a turn 1 other than
If they
wadding up
get rid
race
of
cars.
the Formula One journalist, it would probably be better. Tired of hearing the same biased commentary all the time. That's true also.
He nearly wadded up into the outside wall, and
Yeah, and equal cars, and that's why if you're going to ask me if I prefer like Formula One or IndyCar, I'm going to tell you IndyCar just because they running the same chassis in the championship, and that makes really cool and competitive series to watch, and less drama about all these tech specifications, which some teams kind of would like to go against.
Because we're going to have 25 and less laps to
So
go
yeah.
on our next restart. So more of that aggression to come very soon, probably.
Madman Sim Racing, thank you so much for the raid. 10 Madman Sim Racing, thank you so much. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Welcome in.
Laps off the board and it makes them more aggressive. Rinse, wash, repeat. It is that self-fulfilling prophecy. When it happens, when you get them all bunched up at the halfway point, we all pitted together. Everybody was on the same strategy on fuel. We know we could all go to the end. This is what
I know, who knows if that's going to be like Formula One with the same chassis, and we're going to see like the same drivers just fighting with each other like drivers, yeah, not fighting with the cars, with just the car. So maybe it's going to be more interesting because for me, I really like the MotoGP. MotoGP running different bikes, but they all really close to performance. So we didn't see like Ducati or Yamaha just pulling away from everybody. So a lot of races which I saw in MotoGP, it's been really close fight between people on track, and it was really interesting to see. Really, guys. So I think, in my opinion, that'll be better. But if you really enjoy all this, team fights with technical specifications and all the stuff, maybe it's really cool. So if you're a big fan of this, so you got Formula One to watch, just not really into this. I really like Formula One when we had Michael Schumacher here. Of course, Ferrari dominated. But we had really, dangerous and cool cars. That was interesting to watch. But yeah, right now I just feeling that this is not my really cup of tea. Let's say like this. 10 Madmen Sim Racing, hello, happy to see you here. Hope you had a wonderful stream. Welcome in.
You may end up in the middle of the Hornet's nest.
We're watching eNASCAR Coco Racing Series 2025, and we're going green at Las Vegas. Let's go. For me, NASCAR, this is where the real racing happening, and especially if we're talking about some racing, of course they can set up cars differently, but that exactly the same cars, because this is the virtual car, even the engine on each car is the same, so it's really cool for me. This is my dream, really. Sim racing just covers my dream, because even in real life, if you got equal cars, equal engine, they still going to have little difference anyway. In a racing, you're getting equal cars, like 100%. So it's really cool, I think. So this is where you really can show your driving skills, and you also can work with a team to have a better setup. And this is amazing, really. So I'm a big fan of sim racing, so that's why I'm here.
Backs out at the last moment. They will stay 4 wide. Now it's the 15 of Keister sandwiched between the treetop KHI Chevys. They are bouncing all
Mika
over
Hakkinen,
each other.
yeah, absolutely amazing driver.
Turn number 3. Meanwhile, up front, Olatunbosen continues to lead this race.
Guys, welcome in who joined the stream. Happy to see everybody here. Welcome. So just 21 laps to go.
to be the product of the most recent yellow flag, like it has been, Evan, over the last 2 shorts. Green flag runs, and now
Yeah, Moz, I think I'll be agree with you in this. So this is what I'm trying to say, that it's more about, you know, teams fight and engineers fight rather than drivers fighting for the championship. Of course, you know, all of them, in my opinion, every driver who get into Formula 1 definitely deserve the win in the championship, because I'm pretty sure if you're getting into the Formula 1, that means you got really good skills, you know, and I'm pretty sure that like any Formula 1 driver, if you put him into the fastest Formula 1 car in the championship, he's going to win the championship. Like, maybe they're going to make some mistakes or something like this, but I think they'll be like this.
I mean, this time it was only 4 wide.
You watch IMSA or WEC? Unfortunately, no, but I'm just in love with all endurance races. Just don't have enough time to watch them, unfortunately. But I think this is the best racing in the world. The endurance racing, NASCAR, IndyCar, like V8 supercars, Porsche Cup also. I really like Porsche Cup.
But he bangs off a bias, then hits Holmes, and then he gets hooked in an Nate Stewart's Ford
So, yeah.
Mustang, and obviously the Jim Beaver Esports car with nowhere to go, and neither is there a place to roam.
Might be a dumb question, but are they all playing in the same room on LAN, or are they all in their homes? They are all in their homes. Only we got LAN session only on the finals. So when we got the final race on eNASCAR, they taken apart this in the Hall of Fame of the NASCAR, and they bring in people here to race.
Through the end of the run.
Rally is great, guys. Rally, MotoGP, absolutely amazing.
On this run, been run under the yellow flag.
This is really cool.
I think maybe used it up a little bit too much, especially being the control car on these restarts.
Exactly, I'm sure lots of really great drivers never got a shot because of the car they end up in. Yes, Moz. I think a good example of this for me will be Jude Bianchi, who drove just really cool, but he was in a Marussia, which is not the best car, but he get like top 10 or something with it. It's just incredible. So I think if he would have opportunity to jump into the better car, he had chances to win this.
I feel like I just got doored up the track in the
I keep trying to get Els to do rally in real life.
Off each other, you know, with the way the draft is, we're all just on top of each other, and you know, just how it goes on these late race restarts.
Can you explain,
guys, just don't hesitate to answer any questions about like racing. You can ask any questions here. So any question is good.
Yeah, I don't know. There's
not
not
dumb.
really much
no worries.
you can do, and everyone's fighting 3x3, and I don't know. Hopefully we can make it through this restart and try to gain some spots.
No quarter for a lot of this field, Kenneth and Evan.
And you kind of hear the frustration there, and everybody feeds
Rally,
into it, Kenneth. It's
rally
easy to
cross,
say, you know, in the
also
mid-pack,
great
if you don't wanna
categories of
be in
racing.
trouble, just don't make that 3-wide move. The problem is if you don't make the move, somebody else is
Let's
gonna
make
put that
like
move on you.
okay,
So
my
it kind
top
of forces
categories
these
will be
drivers to self-cannibalize in that mid-pack,
first
because if you're not
position
going
will
for
go
the
to
spot,
Porsche
somebody
Cup,
else is.
I think, because I'm a big fan of Porsche Cup and I really like to race this car. It's huge, and we got a really cool championship in iRacing as well with Porsche Cup.
So each and every one of these events counts,
and
each driver knows that. They want to either get a
then
win or get
I'm
enough
going to
points in their
place
tally to get some
IMSA
of
and
that
VEC
bonuses that
together,
come with the
as
segment win. So
they're really
everyone will be
familiar
aggressive.
with each
16
other.
laps to go at the stripe. Only big crush
Then
for
will
everyone
be
else is Williams
MotoGP.
Esports can control the restart inside and outside of the front row.
then
Will it be
rally
the final
and
restart of the night
rallycross.
with
So they'll be
16
like
laps
this.
to go. Green flag in the air.
And
better start for White than his teammate Strauss
just
on the
outside
outside.
all of
95
this, first position will
clears
be
quickly,
given
looks
to
the outside, now comes right back down to the hash
to
white line on the
eNASCAR
inside of
and
1
then
and
to
2.
NASCAR
3 wide, 4
because
wide
they got
already.
really
That's
cool
just
racing as
outside of the
well.
top 10, but Canless on the bottom of that one. But as these cars get up to speed, they're going to get to race leader Parker White, who's going to make the challenge to the inside. Looks the 39 at Daniel Falkenham. They are 4 wide again off of turn number 3.
And remember, if they crash within the first 2 laps, and there goes Guest into
One
the
more track
inside,
Brazil.
sliding through the grass, and
That was
will
fun as
anyone
hell.
follow him?
All
Christopher
right.
Hill is there. He skirts through the grass, and we are going to stay green. But I was about to mention, if we got a caution inside 2 laps of the restart, race control will take them single file for the rest of the way, but it will not happen. Parker White in control, and they're still 3 wide for top 10 spots behind them.
Oh, this one. Yes, it's really cool.
He lost some momentum and some ground off
It's
of the
really
corner.
cool.
Get a pin that number 50
I
car
I
behind
completely
him.
forgot about this.
Looking for a place to go. 4
These
wide
racing
again.
tracks.
This time it's inside the top 10.
This
The
is
15 at Keister
absolutely
getting
amazing
pushed
thing
into the
to
mix.
watch. I
That
think
was a shove,
if
courtesy
you will
of
get
the
a chance to
34 Cozy, they're
get there
struggling
with,
out.
you know,
Taylor gets
real
tagged.
life
He's in front of the
and watch
field,
this,
and we'll stack 'em up
I think
again
it's so
on the
exciting.
exit at 2 and down the Nellis straightaway. Another caution flag.
How you got
This
the name
time it involves
LoveFortySix?
cars from the top
Love, this
5.
is my name. So
Taylor
they both
Hurst
translate
worked
from
so
Russian
hard, came
as
back from an early
love.
pit strategy
And
call to come
46
down
is my racing
early
number, so
compared to
racing
everybody else.
karting from
And
9
in the
years
blink of
old,
an
then
eye,
I
it
moved
falls
to
apart
open
at
wheelers,
13 to go for
and
him.
all the way I
And it
was using the
happens in
46
same
number,
place we've seen most of these
and
accidents happen,
it
Evan,
came from
in the middle of
Valentino
1
Rossi,
and 2,
because
specifically
here's
on
a
that
big fan of
second corner
Valentino
exit is
Rossi.
where Colin Keister taps the rear quarter panel
Triple
of Hurst
caution,
Chevrolet, and then
wow.
the pole sitter,
You know, and
Vicente
just
Salas is in it, rookie
things
Eddie
get
Kerr's in it, Jordy
intense
Lopez for plus competition is in it.
in
So
the
a
end of the
ton
race.
heavy hitters that are taken out there, and Hurst again in his 9th start at this Las Vegas
kind of
Motor
sad that
Speedway in
we,
his career. His best finish came at 10th, but he's had an average finish of 25.1.
Wait a moment.
These races do not go the way of Taylor Hurst, specifically at the end. And once we get
Samir,
that second dial-up
you're
of the replay,
breaking
we'll
the
see
car.
how exactly things unfolded. But it was just minimal contact, and in the middle of 3 and 4 wide, Evan, there's nowhere to go.
And again, everybody kind of equal responsibility in those moves, but you're just not going to get somebody lifting.
Wow, a lot of
at this
people
point
get
in the
involved
race.
into
We'll wind
this.
it back and
Let's
take a
watch what
second
happened.
look. Again, you'll see the big push, courtesy of the 34 that kind of punts that 15 through the gap right there, gives him a little bit of a shove, and then he's looking to the inside, and again, it's kind of half a lane there, right? The 15 certainly
that
moves
was
up,
just
but
a little
the cars
touch. No
behind him
way.
weren't that low. The cars in front of him were lower. It's kind
Oh
of
my
like a
God.
middle lane that doesn't exist, and it's tough again for Taylor
That was
Hurst. You're
really
just
a
running
little
your line.
touch
You're not really trying to
that
follow
caused
the
this
car in line
crash.
behind you, and it just runs out of room. Here's
I
the
don't
onboard
even
look,
see
with
netcode.
the Sunoco car on the inside.
Like,
Again, check
it
up
was
there. That's gonna be a
little
bit
touch
of
and
right
just
front
boom,
damage.
that's it.
Unfortunately for Connor Urashak there, that car has not
Oh,
come
this is
down
how
pit road.
crashes in
And
NASCAR
one thing
happening.
that has been easy to maybe glaze over late in this race, Kenneth, is the fact that there is a bit of varying pitch strategy
Parker
going
White
on, right? We
P1
said at
for
the
now.
halfway point,
Dan
caution, cool,
Evans,
everybody's good to
Charles
go to the end.
P2.
Every yellow, we've seen a group of cars come down pit
For
road,
me,
mostly for repairs, but some
P3
from the midfield
Daniel
on back for fuel and tires.
Falkenham
All
on
of your leaders
P4,
have not
Tucker
pitted since
Minter
that
top
first
5.
yellow. 38 now, 39 laps
And
to go.
here's a Logan
But
Clampett on
Colin
P7,
Keister, P6,
who's got
his tires are
good
only
chances, I
14
think,
laps
to
old.
win
He
in this
pitted
race.
on one of the most recent yellows and has been working his
But
way through the
unfortunately,
field.
Ryan
Cozy,
Luza
Busa,
P20,
Mullis, 8th,
so
9th,
he's so
and
far away
10th. They
from
pitted 23
fighting
laps ago. They also have
for
better
the lead
tires than the
of the
cars in
race.
front of them.
And
So,
Steven Wilson
all of a sudden,
P39,
if you're
unfortunately,
Parker
so
White,
it seems like he
Strauss,
get
Olot, and Bosin,
into
you don't have to be the best of your peers. You now
one of
have
the
to start
crashes.
to worry about cars on fresher tires than you getting within striking distance.
Yeah, but the thing, Evan, that you need if you're on fresh tires is long green flag runs. That's where you make the most of your money on the varying strategy for Keister, Cozy, and all those guys at the back end specifically of this top 10. Because if this race goes into overtime, you need 2 laps, Evan, and on fresh tires, sometimes it doesn't work.
We talked a lot
Guys,
about
also
the team
friendly
duos, and I
reminder,
shout
if
out
you
those
would like
treetop,
to
Chevys
get into
earlier,
wild
and how about the
cards
Kevin Harvick incorporated
and
group
race
right there
with
the
streamers
60-20
in
inside of
All
Matt
Stars,
Busa, the 29 of Jimmy Mullis on the
so
outside.
please take
They'll
part
make
in
up
wild
all of row
cards. You
number
have to
5
beat the
and
basic
restart
only
in
lap
ninth
time,
and
which
10th
they post in
position. So
Reels
exciting to see
on
what those
Porsche
cars are able to
Instagram.
do. They had
You
an
can
okay
have a
night
look.
out in Daytona a few weeks
And
ago.
they
They would
randomly
love to
going to
best
choose
this team duo, which leads
the
way,
winner of the
and
wild
is those
card
Williams Chevrolets
from people
are
who
last
beat
in the team points again
basic
early in the
only
season,
lap
but
time.
certainly those two cars did
So you have
not
to round
have
the
the trip to
Saxon
the
ring
World Center of Racing
with
that they would have
Porsche
liked
Cup.
to.
So
If
please
they can
check it out,
at
this
least not
competition
take
which
each
we
other
got
out,
in
the number
racing
one
and
rule
probably
amongst
going to
teammates,
be with
they
us
are in a
in the
very,
race.
very good position to have, if not one of those cars win this race, have two really,
Alright guys,
really good
just
results.
11 laps to
And now you
go.
start to wonder,
We're getting
how
closer
many more
to the
restarts do we have time left for? This time
finish
by
line.
gonna be
And
10
remember that
laps to
after the
go.
race, you'll
Any
get
yellows inside
opportunity
of the
to
final
ask your
four
question
would push
to
us
drivers
eNASCAR overtime.
on the press
It's an
conference.
all-Williams front row, green flag,
Questions
back in
you
the
can
air.
post on the chat of the eNASCAR
Parker White,
Twitch
but the problem is
channel
Donovan
and
Strauss
YouTube.
has to play the defense right behind in row number 3. Femiola Timbosin is there, and so is the 39 machine for 6 Karma, Daniel Falkingham. These are all drivers that had a shot mostly to
Alright
win
guys,
Daytona. They're
things
3 wide in the
get
back
intense
behind them,
on
but
track.
Donovan Strauss
You can see
looks
3
to the
wides right
inside, the
here.
lead in turn 3.
3 wide behind them as the 97 of Tucker Minter goes up the center. He tries to get all the way to third, but it'll be Williams Chevrolet side by side at 9 laps to go. The advantage that time, White on the outside by 5/1000ths of a second. Can Strauss make the bottom work? No, he'll push up. They get together. Minter gets sideways.
I
off
think
the
it
corner.
will
He's
be
into the
really close
outside
to
wall.
overtake Parker
Here
White
comes Daniel
on the
Falkingham
inside.
up the
Yes,
inside, looking
so
for
he's
P2.
getting
And the push behind
in
the
front.
fellow Ford Mustang of Colin Keister, like we said on the fresh tires, if this run extends past all the way it is right now, we
Let's
stay
go, let's
green.
go.
This is where Colin Keister can start balling, and so is Michael Cozy Jr. in the foreground as well. He'll push to stage left. They'll be side by side at the entry of 1. Now middle 3 wide is Colin Keister nearly at the back. Femiola Timbosin in the middle trying to make it work, and that helped Parker White. He's now up by at least a car length or 2, coming to 7 laps to go.
Falkingham pulls back in
Alright
line,
guys,
and now
8
you
laps
really
to
gotta
go.
look for Keister. Those fresh tires
We
giving that
see
15 a lot
here's
of
a like
grip
2
on
wide,
corner
3 wide
exit.
happening
The outside banking
on track with
benefits
some
Strauss
people.
there. They'll stay side by side, but look for the 15 of Keister, who's got 25 lap better tires than the leader. Cozy right behind him.
Can
in
you
line.
run the
His
GT3s
tires
in
about 15 laps
iRacing
better.
Mania?
Through to
Looking
second is
forward to
Colin
get
Keister.
there
He
soon.
can now set his sights on the battle for the race
Oh, GT3
win.
is
Still 3 wide behind. It's gonna
good,
make him nervous,
serious,
but
really
Keister
popular,
runs up his
competitive.
Keister last year finished 3rd in this
I
Las
suggest
Vegas
you
race, but that
to
was a product of the
not
crash
run
between
fix
Cody
one,
Bias and Nick Ottinger as Leahy
but if you
swept
want
away
you can
and got the
give it a
W at the
go.
start-finish line.
But
Keister
as
is
we're
in a
getting
much more
20-minute
comfortable
races,
position,
people
and
get
like we've seen, specifically on the last several restarts, the second car
impatient
in line, or even the third
and
car in line,
they just
can
trying
get the
to
race
gain
leader
all
in a big
positions
run off
on the
any
first
corner,
lap.
and here comes Keister now. Push to
So
the
for
nose
me
to
it's
the
better
inside
to do
in 3 and
40-minute
4.
races,
He's got to look
GT
at
Sprint,
White. He's got a side-by-side look at the race
as
lead off
you know
4.
they just
He's gonna
a
squeeze
lot
Parker White to the outside. The 95
better,
pinches back
and
down, make it a
you
dead
also
heat at the
got
stripe. Now here comes Cozy. Where
some
does the
strategies with the
34
fuel,
go? No real estate.
with the
He'll
fuel
lane
saving,
away.
all the
Keister
stuff.
can't clear on the bottom.
So yeah,
White,
I
though,
really like
slides
this
on the exit
40-minute
at turn
races
number
in
2.
GT3s.
New race leader at lap number
They're fun.
96. It's the first time that Keister goes to the race lead. He is clear of Parker White. Now Michael
If you're okay
Cozy to the
to switch
inside.
around the
He
cars,
is clear for
I
P2.
can suggest you to just run the car, which you can see like in top split, top 5, top 10 running. If you're not really familiar with GT3s, then choose the best GT3 for you, which will be the most comfortable for you. So,
making use of it, I believe there may have been trouble at the back, but at the front,
for the first season, I suggest you to stick with one car if you're going to lose like a little bit on some tracks, it's fine. The main thing which we pursued here, just to get used to the car, get familiar with tracks, with everything, and then next season you can start to switch cars around and get used to different cars. But for the first season, it will be cool if you can stick with the one car. So my first season, which I did in GT3s,
but he lost ground that time. 2 laps to go.
I did with Porsche 911 GT3, whole season with this car, whole season, and then the next season I started to switch cars around.
He gets that momentum off the progressive banking and tries to make it happen, but Keister may be too far up the road. They'll come to the white flag this time by.
Okay, white flag, guys.
Looking for the win at Vegas this time.
Colin Keister looking to go to victory lane for the first time since Charlotte Motor Speedway, May the 12th of 2020. White flag flies. This race is official. The Williams cars watch on. It's White in third, Strauss in fourth. But is there anything that Michael Cozy Jr. can do? It's 1.5.
I don't think so. So I think we're going to finish like this.
He'll give a shot to Colin Keister. 15 bobbles, but keeps her pointed straight.
Nice.
And Colin Keister hits the jackpot in Las Vegas. You see Cozy's
what a race, what a race. He's got a really beautiful livery. Love it.
Instead, it'll be the second career race win
nice
for the driver of the
Colin Keister, P1 at Las Vegas.
And how about Jim Beaver Esports? Not a team in this series for the first time in a long time last season. They make a return here in 2025, and they have got a car headed to victory lane in week number 2 of the season. This winning moment is brought to you by Coca-Cola, the official fan refreshment of eNASCAR, as it is a race win for Colin Keister in Jim Beaver Esports.
Okay, guys, so now you will get opportunity to ask your questions to drivers in eNASCAR chat. So please,
and there were some guts.
If you got any questions, you can go and ask.
Give them credit for their call to come down pit road when they did, and bank on the fact that
Gilarama, wish you good luck with this. And just remember, you know, in GT3s, you can let go someone in front, save some fuel. So just play with it around, yeah? Because sometimes people hurry, they make mistakes, they're losing time. So you can do like undercut, you can beat earlier, get an opportunity because you're not going to lose time, or you just can go till the end of the fuel and stay in the drive with someone who's faster than you and also gain positions like this. So yeah, here's a lot of stuff, and I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy GT3s in iRacing.
To complete that pass on the bottom, where another car on 50-lap older tires would not have been able to do so. And
absolutely amazing race, guys. Really unpredictable results.
Pitches him right back down. They're in a dead heat to the start-finish line, but Colin Keister threw it into turn number 1 with such confidence. And as soon as he clears that number 95 in the center right there, never looked back and didn't really wait for the 95 to give him space. Cleared himself off the corner, made it happen, and he is now a 2-time race winner in this series. And the biggest thing of all, last time he went to victory lane, that would not turn into a playoff appearance for him. In the 2020 season, there were more race winners than spots in the open round of the playoffs back in that season. So Colin is looking to be a first-time playoff appearance here in 2025, and he is starting things off in the right direction. And again, he could not sail to the end because then that 34, Michael Cozy Jr. closed in, did everything he could, but he just wasn't able to get there, Kenneth.
He was not. I mean, Cozy threw it all in there for a possibility at taking Keister up the racetrack, but Keister hangs on for the victory.
We head to the Sunoco post-race report. Standing by with your race winner tonight, it's Colin Keister in Las Vegas Motor Speedway victory lane. Kenneth, I'll hand things off to you.
Colin Keister on the fresh tire call moves up through the field, beats Parker White, and then Michael Cozy Jr. in those final laps. Colin, this is an emotional moment for you. Second career Coke Series victory. How meaningful is this one from Las Vegas?
Well, I didn't know how that was going to play out there at the end, but just glad to be here in victory lane after that race was. I was 3 and 4 wide the whole time, and luckily we made it through without getting wrecked. And I'm just glad to be sitting here in victory lane. I just want to say big thanks to Jim Beaver Esports for the continued support, and all the guys at Dead Zone, Houston Hamer. They make these setups fast.
Jim Beaver's going to be really happy about this win, and I know you are as well, Colin. Congratulations on the W from Las Vegas. We'll see you in the field. Take on Interlagos in 2 weeks' time, but until then, enjoy the victory.
That was really nice.
That is Colin Keister who wins the race, and that is a setup that has no driver in there. And I think that's Michael Cozy Jr. I think he'll join us now. So there comes Michael Cozy Jr. taking a breath after a hard-fought second-place finish here from Sin City. We are joined by Michael Cozy Jr. now. Michael, you threw it in there. It didn't work out, but the fresh tire call paid off for second. What was that like for you?
I can't even describe it, man. 25 laps ago, I was 30th. Taking fresh tires, man. I had a bad day. We had a bad race in Vegas, and then all of a sudden I finished second, man. It happens very quickly in this series, I tell you that. I shouted to Colin, man. I told him
Julian, hello. Happy to see you in chat.
That was the last thing I wanted to do.
Do you recommend Mercedes
I had to give him just
W13 to race in a racing?
No, it's just
you know, if you enjoy Formula 1, you can give it a go.
I knew I had fresh tires and everybody else in front of me, so it was
but
really just a bad
I'm just trying to avoid really fast cars in a racing because I enjoy more to fight like a Formula 1 600. But if you enjoy this, you're going to enjoy to race it. From my side, I can recommend it because I personally don't race this at all. I just tried on Vic 13s, and we had a lot of crashes with this car. Because people just been driving crazy. This one.
I'm worn out. I'm telling you, it was a.
So yeah, from my side, I prefer Formula 3, Formula 4, Formula 1 600.
Sideways off for multiple times. I'm lucky to tell the tale.
But yeah, and also another thing, if the car is faster, there's more net code. That's true. So if you got really different lines and faster car, this is where you can get the net code, unfortunately.
We'll be back on the ovals.
So the slower car, you'll be safer.
Second place here at Vegas. Congratulations on the podium, Michael, and we'll see you guys at Interlagos.
But if you want something, you know, we can stop you.
Michael Cozy Jr. finishing in second. Colin Keister, the race winner from Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Let's take a look at your Sudoku full race results tonight from Vegas. A lot of bow ties represented inside of the top 10, but it was the Jim Beaver Esports Ford of Colin Keister who goes to victory lane for the first time since 2020. He leads the way ahead of Michael Cozy Jr. You heard that, the career best for the ERA Esports team and himself, as his Chevrolet comes home in second. The Williams cars do make it to the end of the race. Maybe not the 1-2 they were hoping for, but great points for a team that struggled in Daytona. White in third, Strauss in fourth. Seth the Merchant ends up fifth.
All right, guys, remember they got opportunity to ask questions to drivers on press conference, which we're going to have.
Your top 10.
Back in 11th, that is Tucker Minter over his third start.
Get your questions ready.
Went through a lot, but finished in 12th. Dylan Duvall, the same in 13th with his Channel 199 sim racing teammate of Zach Novak, and you've got a lot.
You just wanted to know why people don't race this. Probably the reason.
Both of the Apex Racing Team cars in the top 20.
Why Glenn said this, so people aware that netcode can happen, and you know, just so fast car people sometimes can handle Formula 1 600. Well, we can tell about Formula 1.
That continues for pole sitter Vicente Salas, who has to settle with a P30 in this one, and then further on down. Really the highlight here for me, obviously a lot of drivers involved in accidents.
You know, if you want something fast to drive and fun at the same time, I can suggest you GTPs in iRacing. They'll be multi-class, they'll be so fun to drive, and it's just better car to drive because it has a body. So if you, even if you go to touch someone, so maybe you end up without any damage, and
We've seen
That would be
Evan,
good for you.
Europe represented well with Brands Hatch
Because
and
with
Monza over the
formulas,
last several
you have
years
to
of this
understand
series.
that
First trip to
every
South
little
America,
touch
Interlagos is gonna be
will
chaos,
cause a
but
big
ton of fun.
damage to the car,
you're a fan of the
and
road course racing, you're a
big
fan of
damage
that
to the
iconic
aero,
motorsports cathedral
going to
that is Interlagos.
completely
The good
cut
news is
down your
we've only gotta
speed,
wait 1 week
and
until we head there for next time. Until then, though,
car going
that
to
is
be
it for us here
maybe
tonight from
undrivable
Las Vegas.
also.
On
So
behalf
if you're
of
going
our
to
entire
lose like the
team at
front wing,
NASCAR,
car will be
iRacing,
understeery
for our friends on
and
Countdown to Green,
it will
that's
be
Camille
really hard to
Salazar,
drive.
Hadaway, Alan Cavana, and Ryan Vargas.
Repair is
And
going
for
to
your
take some
broadcast team
time,
tonight. For Kenneth Bueno
for
and
sure.
myself, Evan Pasoko, want to say thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in 1
So yeah,
week's
with
time,
formulas you have to
Tuesday,
understand
March
that
4th, from
every
iRacing's
little
virtual
touch
Interlagos.
going to
That
cause
race and
you to
every
go
race of the
to the pit stop
2025
for repairs.
eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series can
That's
be
why
found
many people
exclusively
race
right here on the
GTs
iRacing Esports
or
Network.
so many
Until
people in
then,
prototypes,
good
just
night
because
from Las
prototypes
Vegas,
safer
and
in their way.
congratulations
They
to
fast,
Colin Keister.
but they also got some body which can protect at least like your wheels. So yeah. Hey guys, little ad break and we return back. Not Crash Toner, not Crash Toner. No, Random, I didn't try the new LMU update. I'm not really interested in LMU. So what you're going to see here, it's iRacing, and I think also you can see a set of course Evo here, because I really enjoy it. Okay. Yellowrama, we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll see you. Thank you. Have a good night. Sleep well. Guys, I'll be right back really fast.
Good evening and welcome to post-race media availability for the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. In a few moments, we are going to be joined by our
Okay, guys,
race
return
winner,
back.
driver of the number 15
Look who's
Misadventure
here.
Ford Mustang Dark
Look
Horse
who's
for Jim
here.
Beaver Esports,
Oh,
Colin Keister.
she's going to have her
Colin's
birthday
second
on
victory
2nd of
in the
March.
eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series
Hello.
of his career. If you have questions for Colin and you are watching via Twitch or YouTube, feel free to post your questions in chat, and we may have the opportunity to ask Colin your questions and get his thoughts on what questions you all might have
Thank you.
after the race
Thank you.
at Las Vegas.
Yeah, it will happen
We
soon.
will
She's
start,
going
though,
to turn
with the
2
driver who
years.
gained the most
Unbelievable.
spots
Got
in
dog
tonight's
for
race.
more than 1
And that
year.
driver is the
It's
driver of the
crazy.
number 3 Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Chevrolet for Team Dillon Esports, Blaze Crawford. Blaze, a bit of a wild race, especially towards the end, and you saw a lot of it. What went into your strategy in the back half of tonight's event?
Yeah, at the start, I kind of just tried to keep it straight and just not really get involved in anything super early, and just kind of pick off spots as I go. And found my way up to the top 15, top 20 towards the end of the race, just by being smart and just gaining the respects of the some of the more veteran drivers in the series. Just trying to play it smart, you know,
Jada,
and
thank you so
found
much for the
myself
follow.
towards the top 10
Thank you.
towards the end of the race.
Really appreciate it.
All right. Likewise to everyone watching on Twitch and YouTube, if you have a question for Blaze, feel free to put it in chat. For our members of the media and the press conference, we'll open up the floor for you to ask the questions to Blaze. If you could state your name and affiliation where you ask, that would be granted. We will start tonight with Justin.
Justin Malillo, iRacing.com. Blaze Crawford, congratulations on your first top 10 finish of your career and only your second start. It looked really crazy out there. Just describe the just how you had to get positions when you guys were 4, sometimes even 5 wide.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first 50 laps of this race was a serious reality check. You know, like that in Coke, it is no joke. These guys will race you like it's for $100,000 if you're running 39th, and they'll race you like you're racing for $130,000 for first. So, like, it doesn't matter where you're in the field. You've got to be 110% the whole time. And I found that out real quick tonight, running with Matt and Jimmy and Nick Ottinger, some of the people that have been in the series for several years, even back there in like 35th, man. Like, I felt great, and it was definitely a reality check, seeing how hard the racing is for sure up front and in the back.
Looking forward now, Interlagos next week, first road course race. Any thoughts on how that's going to go for you?
Yeah, well, it's not off to a good start. I thought I had 2 weeks to prepare. I've not been doing a great job checking the schedule like I should be, you know. So I'm definitely going to start after I finish this race I'm in now to just put some laps together for Interlagos. I'm not a great road course racer, I'm not going to lie. So it's going to be a lot of studying, a lot of laps to run. I've got some great teammates over at Windforce Racing that are going to definitely help me with my road course skill. And really, I'm just going to kind of take it the same way I kind of had it planned for this year. I want to take the first few races and just gain the respect of those veteran drivers that are in here, the people that have been running for a long time. They deserve the respect, and I'm trying to show that by, you know, racing smarter and not messing up and not putting myself in dumb situations. So really just going to take everything in and learn, and we're probably sitting in a pretty good points position in the top 20 after that finish. So really just looking forward to just studying and learning and getting better 100%.
Blaze, as a rookie in this series, and with a run like this tonight, what does that do for your confidence? As you said, sort of in the first answer you gave, just trying to establish yourself as a driver in the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, yeah, finally getting that first top 10 in only the second race. We looked like we had a chance to be up there at Daytona and got involved in something at the end of the race. But definitely a big confidence booster. And it's really nice, honestly, just going into these races and knowing I can compete at this top level. Like, I've made it. I proved myself, you know. So now it's a little bit less nervousness going into races and knowing that, like,
we're going to watch closely, Blaze, how he's going to do.
Go out here and run with the best.
Interlagos.
So definitely getting a top 10 definitely confirms that to me tonight. I just got to work on my qualifying craft, man, because that kind of bit me tonight. I felt like if I qualified up front, I could have been there the whole night. So really just got to work on that qualifying craft and just keep telling myself I can do it, because I know I can do it.
Blaze, one last question for you from HIAC Motorsports, Ian Fisher, who wants to know, what is your go-to Chick-fil-A order?
Well, Ian, thank you for asking. Right now, my favorite thing to get, just because for those who don't know, I am a manager at Chick-fil-A. That's what I do during the week when I'm not running iRacing. So I eat it a lot. But my main thing to go to is a spicy sandwich with Colby Jack, pepper jack cheese, and bacon. I get some extra pickles because pickles are just, I love pickles. A large fry, and then if I'm feeling a little bit fat, I'm probably gonna get a chocolate shake with it too. But with eating it a lot, I have to change it up with sauces all the time. So if you're going to Chick-fil-A, please try any of our sauces because they're all amazing. I know a lot of people just stick with just Chick-fil-A sauce, but there's a lot more out there that can that is good. So that's my go-to order. I eat it a little bit too much, just working there, but that's the way to go for sure.
Colby Jackson play and extra pickly pickles like Bubble Bass, perhaps, maybe?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we got the Smokehouse barbecue sandwich coming in a couple weeks. That's our limited time item for the spring. So be sure to go try that out soon when we release it here in
I
mid-March.
also really like pickles. Especially, when you put them in the sandwich or in the burger, it's so delicious.
Crawford, we now turn our attention to our race winner, Colin Keister. And Colin, this was set up by that strategy call to come in on lap 75 to get the tires. What went into the decision to come down and pit for fresh rubber?
Well, I actually was supposed to pit on the caution before, and my spotter was not thrilled about me staying out. And we got lucky that caution came out a few laps later and decided it was time to pit and see what we could do with it, and it worked out in our favor.
We'll now open the floor to questions for Colin. If you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, feel free to add your question in chat. Those who are in the press conference here, if you would raise your hand and state your name and affiliation if you want to ask questions. We'll start once again with Justin.
Thank you, James. Justin Miller, iRacing.com. Colin, you had the defending champion ahead of you. You had a driver who hasn't won a race before behind you. Just how did you get into that position, and how did you come up on top tonight at Las Vegas?
Right strategy call at the end got us up there with tires.
All right, guys.
And I knew I had the best tires there in the top 10 on the restart.
So
I was
we
able to
almost
get up to
finished.
Parker and get by him, and then I actually saw Cozy reel me in at the end of the race. I think I burnt my stuff off, but we were able to hold on just long enough and bring it home.
This isn't your first win. This is your second win. It's your first, though, since May 12th, 2020 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just how's that journey been like over the last 5 years to get back here to eNASCAR Victory Lane?
It's been rough. I definitely lost a touch there for a while, and I still don't know if I'm as good as I once was, but I think we finally found a little bit of speed here, and I hope I can continue running this well for the rest of the season.
Next week is Interlagos. That is first road course race of the season. What is your outlook on that?
Road course, not my forte, that's for sure. I'm going to put a lot of laps in here over the next week, and I'm hoping to just come out of there with the top 20 and get some decent points, because I typically do not run well at road courses.
Colin Bowden.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Keister. Now that you helped you win a race here on the strategy call, do I owe you a wedding present anymore?
I don't know. I think you might, man. I invited you up there, fed you, let you drink, and you still didn't get me anything. I don't know. We'll see.
A question from chat for you, Colin. With the racing that we saw here tonight at Las Vegas, how hard was it to maintain?
So guys,
a
we
track
had a
position
really
in a field that is this
cool
competitive?
race. I really enjoyed this. It was
hard
pretty
to gain
intense
track
with
position. I was
a lot of
lucky enough
crashes.
if you could
So
get in the middle line and just sail it off into the corner.
I was
you
wanting
had
to
enough grip.
see the
Definitely
green
if you
flag
could stay
pit
in the middle
stop
of the
once
top and the
again,
bottom,
but
you kinda
it
got
didn't
stalled out, but
happen.
you could really
Like
drive
in
it in
really
and
last
center the
moment,
corner
it didn't
and just
happen,
hope you clear the down
unfortunately.
here outside and just keep chugging along.
So guys, Interlagos will be here March
What does it mean
4th.
to you
So I'll
to
see
be
you
back
here
in
the same
Victory
time.
Lane, given how much the series has changed since you were last
I think that tomorrow
It means a lot to be
we
back
can
in victory
do
lane,
some
especially knowing that
eye
I need to
testing
keep it in the top
and
20
some
in
other
points, and
races
as
as
long as we don't
well.
have more than 10 winners, then I'll be fighting for a championship at
So
the
yeah,
end
I'm
of the
planning
season.
to
So it's
stream
huge.
tomorrow. The first day we'll have Indie Talks on Indie Sport channel. Then on Friday I'm going to be with you. On Saturday I'm planning to go to ice skating with my friend.
I got this wheel, and I was just saying, keep it straight and keep chugging.
What wheel are you running?
It's a Sim Magic Mini.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Colin, now that you've got your sort of mindset shuffled here, now that you've got the win, how does it change your outlook for the rest of the season?
Just changes where I don't need to do any crazy strategies. I just need.
Alright guys, it was really fun. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting me. Really appreciate it. So yeah, we'll stream tomorrow. Thursday I'm not going to be live on my own channel. Friday I'm going to stream. Saturday we'll go to ice skating. And Sunday probably will be with you. Okay? So that will be like this. Yeah, I'm going to hit the bed and we'll see you tomorrow with some racing, guys, in a racing, and maybe we'll jump also into Acer Corsa Evo for some challenges. Really looking forward for this. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a good night. Hope you enjoy this. We'll see you next time, or in the normal time for me. See you. Thank you.